Mouse,
Hello, Rick. How's it going?
it's going okay. Didn't we meet last week for
We did.
week 1 match featuring one of these two runners?
Yes, one of them certainly does look familiar. The other one, I don't know if you've heard of Telethar. He might just be this like up and comer, kind of guy. I'm sure he'll be fine though against Zelga. What do you think?
You mean Telethar, like I put it in the race room?
Yes, Telethar and Zelda, perfect pronunciations. We are professionals. Yes.
Yes. You forgot the dissing at the end.
Oh, you're right. You're right. my bad. Sometimes my eyes aren't very good.
Vanilla. That screams sanctuary start for us here in this Retrance mode. Both of these runners are 0-1 clear mouse, which means
I don't want to think about such sad scenarios on a Tuesday already. Well, okay, let's start with the good news. The good news is that one of Telethar and Zelga is going to advance and stay in the tournament just a little bit longer to face off against another formidable opponent, Matt798. The other one, their tournament fate may not be so rosy looking, unfortunately.
yeah, that's the scenario we are sitting at here in this event. Hey, how nice. The well.
Yes. Your favorite location to see behind a lumberjack. Now, maybe a rupee lining, a blue rupee, red rupee lining in Retrance is that at least if you see the well, right, you're not necessarily blocked by two very pretty elusive castle tower keys in order to get there. Now, you are still blocked by the Aga 1 tower and the climb. However, though, if you do happen to maybe find yourself a key shop, maybe find yourself a little bit with a little bit of extra time on your hands, and you're thinking that like the 5 item thing back there is going to be valuable to you, then you might actually make the venture. You are in control of your destiny. You do not have to depend on the game in order to try and give you those elusive keys.
All right, Zelga does get some bombs thanks to Graveyard Ledge. Telethar was getting some bombs courtesy of the bush crabs, which is a good thing as we make our way through this world. Try to see what else we can get. Zelga's going to go ahead and max out the bombs. No reason to. Zelga also up to 2 universal keys so far.
Yeah, certainly quite the nice complement of resources. We're actually seeing Telethar doing the other tree pull as well. We got, so Zelga and the Hoodle Handing. A pretty classic opening, for Retrance especially. In this one, you can never have enough money. Telethar, though, on the other hand, he's gotten quite a lot of different sort of resources other than, like, the keys, right? We saw him get a big magic card from the guards, I think. Bombs, as you said, from the rupee crabs, and we got some nice money from the trees. So, doesn't actually look like we're going to have too many issues in terms of at least, like, early, resources and versatility. Now, that being said, though, they still have to go find the more useful items in this particular case. Speaking of bombs, though, you see Zelga waltzing in to Hyrule Castle already. One of the, I'm sure, well, Telethar is as well, but very, very familiar with the bomb escape sequence.
Well, that would be the case, except for we do start with a sword here in Retrance.
Oh, good point. This is one of those elusive things where I always somehow forget. Okay, we do see Telethar finding Lumberjack at the well. Not gonna go pick up his trademark blue boomerang. It's okay though. We'll find something else. Maybe better to do. But you're right though. You're absolutely correct in that Retrance does in this case start you with a sword. So maybe not gonna be too bad.
Yeah, it took me about 30 seeds to finally remember, hey, what is this B button I have?
Yes. More often, of course, mini modes do not start with those very nice red-looking shoes, and so people kind of often forget in this case to press A. But you're right. With Retrance, though, the sword is often going to be the B button that we may not necessarily think about. Of course, nice homage over to Zelda 1. Always being able to start out with that sword. Yeah, of course, as we're kind of going through Escape, actually kind of a nice thing. In this case, Zelga does have a couple of universal keys. Not necessarily required, of course, for Hyrule Castle. We do get those, nice free keys off of like the map guard, right? And then the boomerang guard. However, though, keep in mind that because it's universal keys, all the stuff's going to be lodged. You don't have to go find that Hyrule Castle's small key, sewer key. Oh, but you know what? Well, that's a very nice early find. Zelga finds the Key of Samaria here down in Zell does sell. Very distinctive. Okay, not to be confused with Zelga Cell, which I always say once a commentary session.
All right, so that Cane of Samaria would be usable for a particular place that Telethar saw over here at the race game, although we do see another place that you're going to want to dig. Welcome to Paradox.
Yes, welcome to Paradox. We actually, Telethar also, remembering this gives up Retrance, yes, this shop, in fact, could actually be in Arrow, and, speak of the shop devil. We have found ourselves a quiver, and looks like Telethar unfortunately gonna have to, pick and choose between what he wants to purchase. We are a little bit short on funds, didn't quite get everything from the trees immediately, but you know what, we're still rewarded in this case just by finding another universal key, which is something that you cannot, you can't find a quiver inside the chest, but you can find keys.
Zelga is going to go all the way to the back, and Telethar is going to try to lift the bomb, just hit the switch, but wound up getting pushed away, so therefore just decided just to kill all three of them with a single bomb. Why not?
Yeah, excellent decision, by the way. It's obviously, I think a lot of people, for what it's worth, like to do that. Just kill all the mini Moldarns with one bomb. It does maybe takes a little bit more execution skill in order to actually follow through on that decision. Zelga, though, showing, of course, he is a spoiler master. Dark rooms do not scare him whatsoever. The sword makes things a little bit nicer. To the back of a skateboard.
Nothing.
You're right. Probably at this stage. It also might be slightly worse than nothing. Zelga is, I'm sure he's not the only one who does this. Before a mirror, maybe even after a mirror, the chances of him going into a Taken cave that is not a sword, when he doesn't have a bottle, is very low. Because, well, we're going to see even the extra health, while it is a defensive protection, for you, Zelga is interested in getting out of dungeons as fast as possible, and any extra health is just getting in his way. Yeah,
and that is a very important point, because we do see that in the course of the Cross Keys tournament, where it's kind of more of a detriment when you wind up getting more health, because it means longer death warps when you're trying to set up your ability to get out of dungeons fast, as you pointed out.
Yeah,
right there. That's not what Zelga wanted.
No, I guess I didn't see where else when was the last time he saved and quit. I was maybe a little surprised if he was just willing to hard reset, because, if you don't need the heart container, you don't have to keep it. Telethar fighting with the chomps. We have actually a good number of big keys. I think Telethar found the big key to Turtle Rock in Lost Woods, and then we actually just got a big key to Pod. These are very nice big keys to have. We don't know, of course, if Turtle Rock or Pod is a crystal or pendant. However, though, you're not going to complain about having these big keys. These are can be very difficult to find.
Yep, Zelga's going to find that Turtle Rock coming up in just a moment. And Zelga not having the big key yet is going to be kept away from maybe trying to scout out down towards Laser Bridge.
Yeah,
but
good
we'll
point.
Get that pod big.
Yeah, it's a very excellent point. I do like actually having the dualities of the canes already. Zelga having the red cane, which may or may not, let him, decide to go a little bit further if he wants to with those universal keys, as you mentioned before. Telethar, no red cane, but you have the TR big key. I also, and this is maybe one thing's a little, under. So Burna, is an invisibility item. You don't get to see it too often. Oh no, that was Telethar flying a little too close to that roller sun. Unfortunately, I don't know if he's willing to retry. Looks like he will go back. Not intentional.
The unfortunate thing was Telethar was trying to set up where the trying to get around the spike, the roller there, and was just enough south that it did hit the hitbox. Unfortunate, but we're going back in. This is currently logical because of what we have seen.
Right. Yeah, and I was gonna say, I mean, oh my gosh. Okay, we can obviously see that Telethar is in a very dangerous dungeon. Very little health. You're certainly not expected to be here. On 3 hearts in normally, so the game balance might be a bit more lopsided on the difficulty scale. Telethar very much keeping his distance, which I hold. Oh my gosh, Rick! Holy cow!
Required.
Yeah, Telethar's tenacity paying off very, very handsomely.
So that's going to be something that Zelga will have to come back for. And unfortunately, just the way that Zelga is routing things means Telethar will have a little bit of an advantage. Zelga will get funneled back there. It's just the big question turns out to be, when will Zelga get funneled back?
Yeah. Now, certainly, right, a pearl may be, as you mentioned before, I mean, pearl is actually one of those kind of like major items where even if you last locate your pearl, the chances of, it's maybe not necessarily like that bad in the grand scheme of things, because there are a lot worse items to last locate. And, because of all the things that you need a pearl for, you're probably going to find it on the sooner side. So if you last locate it, you might be slightly behind, maybe, we'll see, what ends up happening. Maybe we get a little bit slower to other things, but probably not going to be, the end of the world. Now, that being said, though, you're absolutely correct. Zelga's also maybe too capable for his own good sometimes. We can maybe see he can do a lot without that pearl.
Yeah, but you're going to get bottlenecked into it. So it's a case of how much of the seed is what percentage of the seed is going to get offered to these runners before Zelga has to come back. Now, maybe Zelga gets the lamp. And therefore, that puts Laser Bridge into logic, which then Zelga has extra incentive to get back there.
Oh yeah. That's something very true. Yeah, and we're gonna actually end up seeing, kind of how early we can actually end up going, finding a connector to Dark World. Because right now, right, the Pearl doesn't really do too much, in Light World. In fact, it does nothing until we kind of end up going over to Dark World. Now, we maybe can find, let's say, like Turtle Rock Laser Bridge, or maybe it's like something very isolated where, Dark Death Mountain, maybe can't really do much even with the Pearl. However, though, we end up finding some, Dark World, Village of Outcast entry, maybe go over to South Dark World. That's kind of when that Pearl is really going to be able to shine, because, Telethar is going to be able to do a lot more. Also going to be just have a little bit more freedom of movement. We got the sword to use. If we find other movement items, other accessibility items, a glove, boots, Telethar already having that Pearl is certainly going to be, as you said, quite a nice advantage.
It's interesting here at 12 minutes the difference in heart content between the two runners.
I was even thinking that too, when Telethar was just barely hanging on to every thread that he possibly could grasp onto with his 3 hearts. Zelga's, kind of probably every single time he picked the heart, he's probably like, oh, I have to take this extra junk with me again. You want something else, not necessarily heart containers.
So right now, Telethar going through, and we're going to see where the other entrances to Desert turns out. And that vanilla.
Nice. Did you already spell vanilla once earlier, Rick? I believe you already said that. Okay, all right. Well, how many scoops can we get tonight, do you think? I like my cones tall.
6.
6. Okay. All right. We're going for 6 scoops. That is probably taller than some, small children. But hey, that's exactly what we need, for... Have you ever thought of maybe like the Pokies kind of looking like ice cream scoops?
I gotta get a gigantic ice cream scoop for you then.
Thank you. I look forward to that, actually, especially on a very, kind of like a very less cool evening, maybe than desired. We found backup desert. We found pretty much all the deserts. Okay, and this is something more we commonly seen. Tell us I was going to steal the universal small key as opposed to the desert small key. Was Stitch West vanilla beer? Okay, I also did not notice, but we can be up to 3 now.
So we did find our way to the TR Bridge, which is one of our 4 souths. We've seen Desert Right, which is one of our 4 souths. So we'll see what Telethar chooses to do. Zelga thinking about it, and I'll be back later.
Yeah. I mean, and these, anytime I think you end up, seeing a connector midway through your current route, right? You have maybe like a destination or one you want to, you have a plan for. Always going to be kind of a difficult decision because the further you get from that connector, the harder it's going to go back to. We don't really have any movement items to kind of help us. No boots, no hook shot, no flute. So we're certainly going to be kind of hoping for those, but you just gonna have to hope that the coin flips or decisions that you end up making are going to be in your favor.
So I
Now,
just
Zelda.
noticed, I didn't
Hmm.
notice it with Zelga, but I just noticed it with Telethar. We do have a sword on the Hylia Island.
Ooh, interesting. Okay, I'm going to assume that Zelda did scout that because that was where Graveyard Ledge was, right? In the inside
Yep.
of Graveyard Ledge at the Lake Hylia shop. So I'm going to assume that in this case that they also know about it. Telethar. Like, I'm going to do
Telethar
the
already skipping ahead.
Yeah, that's right. We can't fast forward in the seed quite yet. You gotta actually go through the motions. But it's gonna be good news for him, of course. He's gonna go find his Kingdom Samaria in Zelda Cell because Zelga does not exist in his world.
I would hope not.
Yes, that would raise many questions. Some attention you would prefer not to have. One potential hope, seeing the well, behind Aga, as there is a 5-item key back there, good number of density in terms of item. In that, if we have to go get the well, we need to go find those boots. Barring that, we need GT in the Dark World, and maybe we could do some sort of a shaking of the storage with the Armoses. However, though, I would really prefer that we actually do have the boots, regardless of potential exclusive content we might be able to see here.
Why would we want the boots?
Well, many reasons. I am personally a big fan of them. I think that these guys would like to maybe go faster. And, and again, you mentioned, right, sometimes it's easy to forget about the sword and the B button. I would be very, even more saddened if they could not use the A button this entire game.
Mouse?
Yes, Rick?
That's the casual boots tournament. This
Oh,
is
you're
not...
right, you're right.
All right. 4 bombs coming up here for Telethar. 1, 2, 3, 4. You hit the floor and go back to start.
Oh. Yeah, Telethar, and this is also kind of like some nice knowledge in that he knows where many bombs are. I don't know if he wants to necessarily buy any, but we've seen the rupee crabs get some, we've seen some tree poles give you some. He also does know where Graveyard Ledge is. Probably willing in this case to use some, be more cavalier with his bombs.
So Telethar chose to go out the left entrance, which unfortunately for Hyrule Castle put him at a rock he can't go back into.
Ah, yes, that is true. We do not have... Sometimes you can get spit out at locations that you are not able to return. It's like a one-way ticket that you didn't know about.
Zelga is opting not to take the connector over here, and is going to go out the middle entrance, which is something we did not get to see from Telethar.
Yeah, that's actually true. Good point, because he went straight over and he continued over to the desert connector. And hey, look at this potential location. We don't have a glove, so at least that hookshot cave entrance isn't going to be too interesting, either for both Zelga and Telethar. But however, Zelga taking a little bit of extra time here, finding the back of Skullwoods, we are going to be able to at least get the bridge chest.
Which for Zelga is out of logic in High Ganon's Tower.
Yes, hello. Now, unfortunately, the fact that I think Telethar was still in the light world means that we may not be seeing any shaking today, sadly. Oh, well, we I don't know, we don't know where Eastern is, but we'll see. Telethar already taking kind of an early death warp. Potentially... okay, yep. He just wants to? Okay, just steal the key from the conveyor crosspot key.
So Ganon's Tower is located at Mini Moldorm Cave.
Okay. I was so busy watching Telethar that I did not even pick up to see what was in Bridge Chest. It looks like, according to the tracker, it did not look like anything of note.
And just a map in Spectacle Rock. Zelga's gonna go through the Elder here, see what's on the other side.
Yeah, not much really else that he can do right now. And even if we had any type of other type of accessibility items,
Oh,
ooh,
hi.
nice. Yeah, so hello, yes, top of Hyrule Castle. Very nice entrance, actually, or exit in this case, in order to get out of.
Meh.
Can't believe they don't want to do stand up tonight. If you want to sit back, relax, go to a comedy club. Get some tomatoes. Ooh,
Ah,
hello, Saha. Yes.
Eastern
Oh,
Palace
East.
Vanilla.
Okay. You're right. You're right. That's 5 scoops already. 4 scoops. Never sad to see a 300.
Telethar waiting to be grabbed. There we go. Yeah, you definitely want to see 300s here in this mode. Buying
Yeah.
keys, arrow usage.
Yeah. Or potentially, while this is not in logic yet, there is at least one location that where you could, if you are a big spender, you can in fact throw 500 rupees in the water and hope that you get something useful out of it. It is one of the probably highest barriers of items, locations to obtain in this particular mode.
Bottom
Nice
of Paradox.
Yes.
Yahoo.
Yeah. Yes, yeah. And ooh, hello Hera. And I was gonna say, so Telethar, I want to say is officially on the record, but he is not somebody who is very hesitant or as hesitant as maybe some of the other average some other players to order to come over here to the Ice Rock Cave area without a glove. This is something that it's certainly if you want to be a bit more thorough trying to increase your efficiency, you want to try and come here with a glove. But if you don't, Telethar is one of those people who is willing to kind of take that risk.
However, all you get out of it is 1 key and 20 rupees.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we do have a little bit of knowledge, right? We know where Hera is now. That's at least something.
It is. But unfortunately, it's nothing that makes you scream, wowie zowie.
You're right. That is only reserved for ice cream. You scream, I scream, we all scream.
And Zelga's gonna scream when he finds out this is underneath the lift rock. So
yeah,
at least you'll get all 3 entrances of Hyrule Castle done here, and probably will go towards Agina's Cave, which was the pathway to the TR Bridge.
Right. Yeah, and actually maybe this particular thing kind of worked out for Zelga in that, he was at Desert Right, Vanilla outside, and he chose not to take it, but he has a second chance now in order to get over here.
And I've also missed, how did Telethar get up here on the mountain?
That's also a good question. He saved and quit out of Ice Rock Cave, but then he went somewhere else. I'm sure we'll find another way back up there soon. Because it definitely wasn't over at the Eastern Palace area. Because that's where Zelda ended up coming out of.
Alright, Zelga is gonna go in, and I just saw we found Swamp Palace up here.
And we can't even... Well, I guess hints are disabled. That was probably the only real thing that encouraged people to go into Swamp Palace, when hints were more of a thing. I'm pretty sure they're disabled, certainly for this mode. And...
Bomb shop?
Yeah.
Meyer and Ice! Vanilla!
You're right. Wait, do we know which one's 5 and 6 though? Are we sure they're not like reverse vanilla?
It's probably reversed because it said Meyer first.
Oh, okay.
Super Bunny Cave.
Yeah, we're certainly finding, a good number of dungeons. We found Hera on Telethar's side, we found Swamp on Telethar's side. We are kind of maybe looking... Well, okay, and normally you would probably be wanting, to find dungeons, as soon as possible. I'm thinking maybe...
Fire Rod in our first bottle.
We have not found our... It's not a mascot, right? We can't call Lazy Kid a mascot.
We have
representative? Okay.
And the answer to how these runners are 0 and 1, the answer, they both have lost to Scholzer.
Yeah, Schulzer. So yeah, maybe we can take a little bit of time now to talk about the extremely easy snake-oiled, if you believe that, group that these four, well, at least Zelka and Telethar have the pleasure of keeping company with. The one is a Schulzer, and I believe he is actually finished with all three of his races. He is 2-1 right now. He has defeated Telethar and Zelga individually, and has lost to Matt 7898. And yeah, speaking of, so that is the group that these four are trying to fight, and somehow two of them are going to advance out of. You talk about groups of deaths. I don't know how much closer you're going to be able to get to that term than the four particular people.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see which two actually come out of this group, as we find not much over here just yet. And Zelga's gonna get the same information. We did not save the old man,
Yes, that is
if
actually
I'm
very interesting. Have
correct,
we yes.
which means that Old Man Rescue is located at Hera.
Hera? Okay. Yeah, because I think that's the last Light World Death Mountain entrance that we, well, one, don't we have access to, we also haven't seen, right? So that makes sense.
That's right.
Yeah, we can actually see with the nice fire rod that Zelga's all going to pick up here in Super Bunny that Telethar got, momentarily, is going to be actually quite nice. Nice.
All right, so Telethar, knowing where Spiral Cave connects to now, we're going to walk back to Spiral and go through it, because it is up here at the potion shop, or not the potion shop, the fortune teller, and it takes you to Sea House.
Telethar is probably like, you know what? I'm going
Screw
to.
I'm taking it.
Yeah, that's right. I want this item. I think it's a very valid concern, especially for many people. You might know a thing or two about Spiral Cave. Just saying, Rick. The dangers. The mystery behind this particular location, and that especially this long connector. Maybe you don't want to necessarily risk in this case getting somewhere else. I don't know if Telthar's happy with that blue mail right now. I think Zelga would be very unhappy with this. But you know what? It takes us right back to where we wanted to go. So super worth it.
Yep. That's the reason why you take it. Now, Zelga, unfortunately, not having the Moon Pearl out of Turtle Rock, this is turning into a very unfortunate few moments for him.
Yeah, so he's right. And this is, you mentioned before, right? This is going to be a little bit where Telthar's going to gain some amount of efficiency over Zelga, just because, well, one, he has the Pearl, right? So he can actually do all this other stuff. But you can see in the back of Skull Woods, while Zelga, was still able to go get the bridge chest, right? Now, maybe not much else we could do over there. It still takes time to Death Warp, right? Or, in this case, Death Bunny Revive, right? Inside a dungeon, which Telethar is not going to have to do. So... Now, that being said, though, maybe, if Zelga ends up finding a mirror, can maybe compensate a little bit more with having not the Moon Pearl, because we can at least bunny into things. But still, anything is going to be, slower. Yes, Rick.
Telethar has just pulled off the hardest trick in the game.
I know.
Remembering you don't have the hook shot.
He's too smart, for us. This is the problem.
Alright, the potion shop. Hey, it is Hype Cave. Nothing.
More health. Shovel.
And flippers.
Ooh,
okay, so Shovel could pull Zelga back over towards Turtle Rock.
That's true. That is it's a close spot. Maybe he's willing to chase this. Doesn't quite look like we're gonna go over the dick spot though.
He's going towards flippers.
Yeah, it's also very understandable.
Well, he's got to do the south stuff too. Flippers is going to pull him away for a moment here, which is correct by chat. It's going to pull him towards the Zora region, which is something that, we need at this point Zelga to get that Moon Pearl.
Or
maybe,
yeah.
I was just gonna say maybe Zelga finds like the hammer over in the Zora domain area. Maybe Zelga finds the boots.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yes, exactly. Right. I mean, for right now, like at least from Telethar side, we know where one of like the big, let's say like 5 items, are pearl, glove, um, I guess to some extent, sword. But I mean, like we start with one, right? But there are other items, in this game that we also do need to find that will give us more access. Maybe Zelda find a flute. That would also be pretty nice. Going back to Kakariko.
But also Zelga with the fire rod in hand as he's in GT will do the right side.
Oh yeah, that's actually a good point. Yeah, is Rubian also putting that out in chat as well? This is this is something that Telethar was not able to do. No fire source in order to be able to do right side GT. Just took out tile room and then left. Of course, Telethar showing us the easiest room of the game, made even easier with Akena Samaria.
And gets rewarded with the Meyer Big.
Mm-hmm.
Which we know we need.
Yeah, that's a very excellent point. That's right. We know where 5-6 crystals are. Thank you, Dunka, for setting up the auto tracking for us. Nobody has to lift a mouse finger at all in order to be able to keep track of all these items.
You're the mouse.
Well, I mean, I don't want to do any extra work, Rick. Do you know how hard it is? I gotta hold on to an ice cream cone with 5 vanilla scoops on it, okay? I don't have time to go be like clicking things.
And we get 2 of the useless maps in this Skull Woods. GT and Hyrule Castle.
Yeah, very. Ooh, Telethar needs to be a little bit careful. Oh wait, no, he is Blue Mail. I forgot. That's right. He got it from Spiral Cave. I thought he was gonna die from these mummies. He is also eventually going to die, but this one was intentional.
All right side, compass room, GT, whole lot of nothing, still nothing, and I mean. The flay is nice, but it doesn't move the needle.
Yeah, right now, I'm not really sure in this case if that bug net really is going to open up anything. Now, I know that, of course, Zelga is actually one of the authors, I would say, of the champion swordless mode that was on ladder. I think it's one of the first seasons that Dunka allowed, season winners basically to pick out a mode. So, that might end up, maybe helping them out. But, here they have a starting sword. I'm not sure how much more. In this case, the bug net will be able to help them, in less conventional situations.
Back at Skullwoods turns out to be nothing for Telethar. Now we are done and heading back over. Interested in seeing where Telethar chooses to go. Probably finishing off the eastern area because he, like Zelga, decided to take the Hyrule Castle connectors. Or he'll just go to the connector now and find out that the right side is at Dark 5, or not, Flute 5 rather.
Yeah. So it'll be actually a very convenient connector for him to go take. Finish up that area. Zelda though, are diving into Ice Armos. We're gonna probably see some similar Blue Cane strats that Telethar was kind of demonstrating with the Pokies. Zelda unfortunately doesn't have a full magic bar, so we're gonna have to just take things the old-fashioned hack and slash type of way.
The hack and slash way. As we refill with our blue goo, Zelga's also going to take this opportunity to set himself up for at least one hit closer to death. And as we make our way here, one final Armos to go. What are the last 3 items behind the Armos? Are they anything useful?
Yeah, one thing also
on Team Zelga, you want this to be something good. That's not good.
That's also another useless map. Quake potentially could be a game changer. I mean that was one of the things that I think ended up helping out Matt versus Schultzer, taking him to victory. That was a required medallion in order to get into the back of deserts. So we'll see. We don't have any eyes on medallions quite yet.
All right, so we'll see. We probably have quite a while before we see what winds up happening with that, as Zelga heads here, and we're gonna go and do the flipper checks.
Yeah. Very, understandably, he's gonna chase this, right? Because it's gonna be the next major thing that's gonna open up more opportunities for him. And
Telethar is heading towards GT.
Yeah. Certainly, as we kind of saw on Zelga's side, that fire rod certainly does open up pretty much like the rest of the basement, for him. minus, of course, the rando room, which we can't really get to, or kind of like some of the left side stuff.
Yeah, we can't do the Staphos room either.
Yep. Yeah. No hammer, no hook shot. Can't really, go backwards. From even from teleportation. From on all of the right side stuff or left side stuff.
Seems like a wasted opportunity.
Yeah, it does. Speaking of hookshot, we found one end of hookshot cave. That's for Burlocks. No hookshot though, so maybe Zelga's not quite as interested in chasing this quite yet.
All right, what do we have here at the waterfall? The waterfall is a place to purchase some goods.
Yeah, I was even thinking actually earlier in Ice Armos, in which Zelga actually just reminded me that even though Telethar had already found an arrow and key shop in Paradox, Zelga had not, right? So even in this case, he had a bow. He still had to go and find another quiver, which now he has. So we're just gonna look for that, bow and, well, maybe, especially for Zelga, that Eastern Palace big key. Now, that being said, though, Zelga's the only one with knowledge that Eastern is a pendant. I don't know if he's ever gonna go in, if that's the case, but we'll see. We have to find Eastern first.
I have yet to figure out what Zelga's issue is with Eastern.
Oh, well.
And why he always gets rewarded for it. As he is going to go ahead and reset, which means that key he had purchased is no longer in his inventory.
Now Telethar needs to be a little bit careful. Oh no. That was an unfortunate recoil off of the beetle. And basically, kind of like a 1-2 combo into Telethar getting hit with a fire snake. Looks like Telethar is going to go back though. Now, I think maybe this particular time, unlike the kind of time that he ended up taking early exit from Crystal Ruler, pixels basically next to that chest. This one, chasing down Ice Armos, may not be as rewarding, but again, we don't know the value of the Quick Medallion quite yet. Maybe he just wants the magic? I'm not sure. I don't know if that was intentional. Okay, that was not intentional. Okay, I hope Telethar, based on this is time number 1+, is that he still keeps his cool and calm and collected, because early exits from dungeons at any point that's not intentional can certainly kind of set you off into like both a bad physical and mental states. I think if that had also hit, he might have actually just left and go and do something else. Wall Masters can be pretty brutal here. Although speaking of though, this is...
Judging by Zelga's routing, this is going to be the unfortunate... we're going to do the front side, and then we're going to find out that we had access to the front side when we find out that it exits at Thieves Town. But
yeah.
It's just the unfortunate routing here with Zelga. Hopefully we'll choose to go back around and check the other side there, the Crystal Roller chest.
Yeah, that's really the hope. Well, we'll see. Yeah, it's certainly going to be very tempting, to go out TR main, just because we are actually right here. But as you said before, right, Zelga has actually very few things that can potentially enable him to make this a 2-way, versus a 1-way. Right? We don't have a pearl, we don't have a glove, we don't have, boots or whatever it is, right? That can kind of get us back. Look at how amazingly talented these guys are, Rick. Both Zelga and Telethar has remembered to do torches in the correct way. We can't compete with these guys.
Telethar worried me there for a moment. I thought that bomb was going to go off before he could get to that chest. And anyone who has blown that floor open
never
they're able to get that chest open, they can feel the pain that could be felt around here. All right, Zelga is we're gonna go out the front entrance and we're gonna have sadness.
We're just gonna delay that pearl just for a little bit longer. Everything's fine.
Or no, we're just gonna turn around. Yeah, this is unfortunate for Zelga. This is going to give Telethar a little bit more time to work with. Telethar really hasn't found anything in the Dark World just yet, but it's just more the principle that Zelga now is like, okay, now I'm going to have to just go back around here. He's going to be able to get his key and quiver back.
That's actually quite nice. This is actually our third shop that we've seen. Doesn't sell any ice cream though, unfortunately. But you're right though. That even though Telethar does have at least a little bit of an earlier lead, to that pearl, he hasn't really, I think, found too much more. He's gained a little bit of efficiency, being able to do stuff in the Dark World, right? But in terms of finding items, outside of maybe the things that we kind of already have right now, like Zelga's actually, I think, got an item lead outside of that pearl, right? He's got the flippers from Hype Cave.
All right, so Zelga is not going to continue the walk. I assume right now Zelga is going to go back to Turtle Rock to check that chest.
Mm-hmm. And you already did the shovel. All right, I remember it was 5 rupees or maybe 10 arrows, whatever.
It wasn't anything important.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
All right, Telethar going back in this direction, trying to see. Oh, we're gonna check Sick Kid.
Right. We have found a bed. It's pretty close to vanilla, right? Just a little, he just moved.
20 rupees. Now, I would not be surprised in this scenario that Zelga doesn't go to Laser Bridge. Even when he gets the Moon Pearl, I would not be surprised to see Zelga continue on downstairs.
First, we gotta get over the... How long have I left this here from Zelga first?
Yeah,
we can't hear it, but
you've got to press forward at this point. I mean, it's unfortunate for Zelga that this is pretty much the logical last location for Zelga without bunny walking. But gotta press forward, go through this, and get your 4 checks.
Yeah, and Telethar, Zelga, everybody, especially at this level, has a lot of tournament experience. This is not certainly the first, nor will it be the last time that either Telethar or Zelga will last locate something and feel, kind of bad about it, right? But, these things happen. And again, it's actually pretty, early, I would say. Or not, maybe not. Let's say, oh no, we got 1.0'd. Uh-oh, this might be a little bit more, this might be a little bit more needing for damage control, but looks like Zelga's gonna continue. You're gonna persevere.
All right, so the unfortunate thing for Zelga was, first of all, taking that hit, and then secondly, getting 1.0, as you pointed out.
Yeah.
Zelga is going to go grab an extra heart this time. Yeah, we're gonna play this a little more safer. We are seeing Telethar opt to go and try to beat Mothula, which will give us our first dungeon information. So let us know, chat. Do you think this is a pendant or is this a crystal?
Yeah, this is a good question. Telethar's gonna have to be a little bit careful with this magic, making sure that all of his Gyptos don't get in the way. He did a good job. Because he definitely found this place on no magic, basically. Looks like he wants to try to preserve as much of his regular form as possible. Might be a little bit more actually of a slightly dangerous, but we don't have any extra fire rashas to try and dislodge Moth. And we don't have a hammer, which we're kind of really just here on Fighter Sword. I'm sure he's more than capable of doing this, but it is not, maybe a fight that you're particularly pleased to try and attempt.
Mushroom! Okay, now Zelga needs to be careful.
I have confidence.
1 universal.
I don't know who's to watch. Like Telethar is this precarious moth fighter Zelga on Laser Bridge. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. I feel so bad for Zelga. This is not a good laser. You know what? That chest does not exist anymore. Alright. We don't care about that one. I'm sure it was only 5 rupees, but oh my god, this is you know what we said this is like the group of death, Rick.
Double whammy.
I would like to rename this group to Group of Living, please. I would not like to see these guys take any more early exits. And the worst part about all this is that, Telethar and Zelga, and they can't obviously see what, each other's doing, right? They don't know how they're doing, but, taking early deaths probably, multiple times on both Telethar and Zelga's side. They're probably thinking like, oh my god, Telethar, or my opponent is, 20 minutes ahead of me at this point, right? And it turns out actually that they're really not. Oh no.
It's fine, Mouse.
It is
There's no
fine.
take any.
I think Mall Masters actually might be, in this case, like the MVP of Ganon here, our Telethar.
There we go. Telethar gets the magic drop.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I feel a little bit better about his situation now. He does have a full bar. He still needs 16 hits, or a couple fire rod shots, some combination of, but he's in a better position.
Good job by Telethar working out the price back to get that full magic drop. Here we go, round 2.
Yeah, both Telethar and Zelga, very, very talented spoiler runners as well, and being able to, basically try and figure out whatever resources are at your disposal, you will use that knowledge.
Alrighty. Fake powder for Zelga.
This is what we have resorted to. I can't believe this. I can't blame Zelga whatsoever. I mean, under these circumstances,
the red boomerang. It's a red pendant.
And it's a red pendant as well. All right. Okay, let's see in this case if fake powdering is actually rewarded. Zelga's opponents rather, Magnet has been rewarded from fake powdering against Zelga, and not today.
Zelga is rewarded with 50 rupees.
Now, again, maybe Retrance, there's a slightly, incremental reward value in 50 rupees, and that, you do need money for this game, but probably not what he necessarily wanted to see. Rick, we've seen many different things, between Telethar and Zelga in terms of coverage, right? So where's the stuff? Where's a glove? Where's a hammer?
Buried underground.
We already saw the shovel.
Well, we haven't done the dig game yet.
You're right. We have not done the dig game. Good point. Telethar finding his nice little stash here up in Castle Tower, or Hyrule Castle entrance locations here. And Zelga already has, Safe Scum Zora money. He already did kind of check that place out. It's only 3 bombs, on the big fish today, so we're gonna rather just try and save our 500 rupees and put them to better use.
You know where Zelga's going, right?
Where is Zelga going? Sick kid? Lazy kid?
Sick kid. And then after that, he's gonna go over to see what the mushroom turned in.
Right. We did get that on Laser Bridge. Telethar is rescuing the old man, it appears. I love it when you can see things in HD. Zelga actually also picking up some magic potion. Got a pretty penny to spare, especially getting the 50 rupees off of Magic Bat. We can afford to splurge a little bit from the shop. I don't know where Telethar was. Maybe it wasn't rescuing old man, but he somehow ended up with 1 heart in that dark cave, and then he took an early exit. Death Mount Descent. Oh, thank you. Alright, Zelga though. Coming in here with twice the amount of firepower that Telethar had with the Master Sword. This should be an easier fight for Zelga. Now, that being said, though, Moth does not ever have to cooperate. But I do think that Zelga's probably going to be fine. We can even spin at Mothula if we wanted to. Telethar tried to do certainly some spins. The Fighter Sword is actually a little bit less range as well, so this isn't going to be, that great. Zelga does want the key off the mummy. Counterpoint, good point. We did not go through Spiral Cave on Zelga's side. That's true. So he is going to be a little bit more vulnerable. Phoenix, right, you know, of course, is not really known for his opulence, nor any amount of funding that he has in order to, you know, employ or cloak himself. Unlike Edgeworth. Maybe that's why Edgeworth has red mail. Speaking of defense, oh my gosh, so okay. We are rewarded on the same side with a red boomerang and a red pendant. Rick, we're about to see what's underground on Telethar side.
I told you it's going to be a glove.
Right, yes.
See, it's a glove.
It's a really pointy glove. Yes. Did your parents ever tell you it's rude to point at people, Rick?
Yes, all the time, and I still did it.
Great. Pearl locked hook shot. That's what I meant. I was gonna say pearl lock glove, but I corrected myself in time. Oh, and a bow. We should have come over to Dark World a lot sooner with that pearl. Okay. Well, wait. What does this actually open up? We can get over to the other side of the mountain with the hook shot. We have not found the dam, as far as I can tell, from either Telethar or Zelga, so we can't really do swamp as an option. We can do Hookshot Cave. Yes, great memory. Zelga did end up finding that as a connector. Telethar, I think, still needs to go find that. And it seems like after the starts of this seed, both Telethar and Zelga seem to be a little bit more willing to pick up some safeties here. You know, whether it be hearts or potions.
Yeah, I think after the deaths of both of these runners, we are going to really see that.
I wonder if Zelga's gonna have the same kind of reaction. Oh, but it looks like he's gonna go north first. He's gonna get his goodies here in the back of Skullwoods. Now, he does have another key, or he has, you know, it's keys to spare. He is here with a fire rod that Telethar has not. I don't think so. I don't think we've actually seen the back of Skullwoods, so that'll be another entrance that Zelga is potentially able to do.
There's the Mire Big for Zelga, which again we knew we were going to need at some point. And there's a Take Any, which we're not going to grab.
Yeah. Actually, you know, speaking of Mire, we haven't found the dungeon, but that hook shot, you know, the Telethar has actually does grant him entry into Mire with Samaria, with a couple keys, with a big key. That looks like a, I won't say friendly dungeon that we can complete, but that is a dungeon that we are physically able to finish. I don't know how willing
watch
Telethar
your
is
mouth.
You're right. Alright, looks like Telthar's gonna try again to go through Death Mountain Ascent. Excuse me.
Yeah, Death Mountain Descension is how we wound up getting up here in the first place, and this is going to get us over the other side as soon as the dead rocks stop being dead rocks.
Oh. This is
dead
the worst
waffle.
This is the worst Waffle House I have ever been to. How do I leave a bad review? I think they have Yelp here, or you know, Google something.
Melp.
Nope. Okay.
MELP.com.
Oh, Melp.
Please do not investigate that website, by the way, chat. I cannot help if it turns out to be one of those sites and you're on your work PC and bad things happen.
Yes. Suddenly, we're gonna get banned from Ladder, from Twitch. You know what?
Bunk rocks.
Wow. All right. Well, that hookshot certainly seems to have led to some more progression here. Getting over here to Death Mountain.
And that does open up the possibility of a 10 items
10 items. Where did we find 10 items
Left
that we can also
side
get into?
GT.
Left side G. Oh, Rick. See, such a good memory. This is why we keep bunnies around. You are absolutely correct.
I
Now,
thought you get bunnies around because they're cute.
That's also a good reason to keep bunnies around. You're correct.
Thank you.
Can't only keep bunnies around for one reason. Every single, one counts here.
Sea house for Zelga. Nothing. But this was a place we saw earlier.
Rick, may I advise you to not invite Mr. Angry Pants for dinner?
Excuse me.
I don't know how welcome your presence might be in the, well, at the dinner table, in the seats, as opposed to maybe on the table itself. I'm just worried about your safety, Rick.
Hey, Dunka, are you going to SGL this year?
He is, actually, in fact.
I'm going to need security. I am going to need security.
We're gonna get a big ladder, sponsored by Giraffes, our Giraffes Incorporated. I'm just getting all the vanilla, all the vanilla Mimic Caves out there. I was even thinking, like, Telethar actually saw Mimic Cave earlier.
Yeah.
And, more often than not, we don't actually have, the hammer when we end up going there. But you know what? This is gonna be good. Zelga is on the correct path. Okay, correct might be, like, too strong of a statement, but, this is certainly the path that will lead him towards more progression. Not gonna be too much later to the hookshot, than Telethar is. But we're we're almost an hour in, and the progression items, even despite the time losses, for early exits, from whatever dungeons and places and whatnot, I mean, progression has been trickling in.
Yeah, but we're starting to seem like we're moving along here.
We can, in fact, move a little bit faster now from screen to screen. We're trying to do our best to grapple over wherever we can. I think maybe one of the things that, yes, these guys are, A+ for effort. The red mail, I think maybe Telethar wants to put back at this point.
All right, well, let's not try to death warp anymore.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. Zelda, I was thinking.
Yeah. So I think Zelga might find another place appealing real soon. Oh, never mind. That's a place that Telethar has just found.
Yeah. On the other end of Hookshot Caves. Surely something will be good here.
Red Rupee. Red Rupee.
There's okay, all right. There is one.
I told you the glove was buried.
You're right. You're always right, Rick.
The glove was buried underground, Mouse.
That's a very round hookshot,
apparently.
Yeah, well, exactly. We knew that the glove was going to be led to from the ground, right? That's where gloves grow. You just need a little bit more, nourishment in order to get that, that pointy-looking one-fingered glove, right, to get to full-blown, power glove status.
By the way, big shout-outs to Dunka for getting this stream on the air. We're nearing the hour mark of this run.
Dunka has done so many good things for this community. I mean, certainly the ladder was his, was kind of everything, like, started all this stuff. But I mean, in addition, obviously, to putting on, I don't even know how many races there has been, probably thousands at this point. In addition, for the regular seasons.
So the Palace of Darkness moved ever so slightly.
Oh, is it at imposter location? Like the one that you...
Dark 5.
Oh, okay. The other, like, the one that's more convenient. Okay, you know what? It was just being more considerate, assuming we had a flute, of course, somehow. It looks like those Zelga's willing to go over here too. Dark shopping mall. It's also without a glove, but it should be okay. No mirror either. We're gonna survive. Maybe.
Yeah, we're fine. Agina! Maybe this is another glove.
It could be. Very well. And we did hear, you mentioned here, Palace of Darkness. We do have an Ether medallion. I'm gonna try, and the crystal. Yes, that's true. Pod map. 5 rupees for Zelga. Yeah, this is maybe one of the benefits of coming over to Pod or finding Pod so late. In theory, the more time you've had before coming in here, the more time you had to accumulate keys and money and a little bit more access. So Telethar here is here on a bunch of keys, which is really certainly good. So he ended up finishing everything here with the hammer, with the bow, with the pod big that we ended up finding super early. This looks like finally we can actually go complete a dungeon.
But well, actually, we can. We have 6 keys. I guess we're perfectly fine. Apparently, you can't hit the Hinox while you're standing on that platform.
Yeah, I'm learning all sorts of new things that you can and can't do. But looks like Zelga's gonna try to at least make his way over to Catfish. This is gonna be wrapping, or never mind, we're not going to Catfish. We can't. You're right. You're absolutely right. We only have 1 finger. We need all 5 to go lift that rock. I forgot about the fundamentals.
All right, Zelga's gonna get that glove shortly, because he's making his way through the water. Is going to come over here, find the other side of Hookshot Cave, and then go grab the items inside. Yeah,
he, among probably other things that have gone on for the seed, but this is kind of like more classic entrance, right? When have you gone to see something and then, 2 minutes later, you see the thing that you really want and you're like, why didn't I have that 2 minutes later, right? Zelga was over just at Dark Shopping Mall already. He was over on his way to Catfish and he's going to go to get his glove that he really probably would have liked to have.
Yeah, the other unfortunate thing is that Zelga is going to find the Palace of Darkness.
You're right.
Unfortunate, because he hasn't been to the mountain to get that hammer.
Yeah, that's actually a very good point. So he's got, and he knows it's a crystal, right? Because on Telethar side. Yeah, and I think some of these things, I think going to just further compound maybe some of the feels bad moments. But again, Zelga and Telethar are very experienced runners. For better or for worse, they could be used to this type of feeling.
Right.
So they know how to handle stuff like this.
One of the big things that happens in entrance modes is the order of operations, and Zelga has been on the wrong side of the order of operations through much of this entire seed. We saw early with the Moon Probe. We're now seeing it with this trip over here, which is going to culminate with the discovery of the Palace of Darkness without the hammer.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we don't know if we do know we need to finish this thanks to that C that's on the upper left-hand corner for Telethar.
A Chromulet crystal, that's right. Maybe we'll just find our second hammer in Pod. Our super hammer, It feels like it's like a big bomb, except hammer. To go fight the big Helma,
Have you ever played that game Wrecking Crew?
I have not played Wrecking Crew, but it does sound like fun.
It was a title that was for the original NES back in the day, and there was a hammer that was more of a super hammer in that game. That's what Zelga needs right now.
Yeah.
Is the second hammer.
I would love to see a second hammer. I would love to see a third hammer here in Pod. Maybe we'll just make it Retrance Ludicrous Speed. That sounds like a good idea.
Let's not give Dunka any ideas.
You're right. We should just leave him to, cooking potato
we gotta remember that we're only 2 seasons away from the ladder changing its role in Link to the Past randomizer racing.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Better, for those of you who enjoy these type of one-on-one races, certainly continue to enjoy them for the next couple months. But eventually we are going to, or Dunka is going to kind of transition the ladder to be more larger group races. I was gonna say on Telethar side, we will see him now use the hammer in order to get through the blocks and stuff. However, given that we don't have a lamp yet, and he was talented enough to not have to use the fire rod to get through the dark hurdles, we will not, in fact, be seeing him use the hammer in order to get through these dark rooms.
But we are seeing Telethar use the hammer on our Helmasar friend. And we're gonna load up with the arrows and take down Helmasar. There we go. We are done.
Do you appreciate the rapid arrow fight on phase 2? You know, bow is certainly a very, very versatile weapon. I mean, arguably is actually one of the better ones that, you know, especially on Telethar side, because he doesn't have that Master Sword yet. However, though, like, you know, in Retrance, bows do cost money. I mean, Telethar is looking probably, you know, shy of 1,500. Probably think things okay. But still, a little bit unexpected. Pleasant surprise.
Alright, Zelga's setting up for a Death Warp coming up here, and Telethar is about to invest 110 rupees.
Zelga, again, probably very annoyed at the fact he had to go pick up that blue mail.
Yes.
Yeah,
I mean, wouldn't you if you had to spend extra time getting hit to go back to
yeah.
start?
Well, yeah. I mean, you know, if if you're going to... Okay, again, no ideas, but, you know, I would rather have a quick and painless experience versus a very long and drawn-out journey of pain and suffering.
Deep sound behind the Kiki 110 rupees, and it is a crystal, so we did need to do this.
Alright, sounds good. Now, we are going to see on Telethar's side a little bit of a preview because he does have the hammer, so he is going to be able to full clear this dungeon. Assuming Zelga does not find the hammer, which he won't here.
I do want to point out here that Telethar will not be able to full clear this dungeon.
He will not be able to full clear this dungeon.
He needs a big key in order to do that.
Oh, you are absolutely correct. Just look at the... Right, you're right. We don't have... Of all big keys that we have, you know, we have so many early ones. You know, we had Pod Big, we had Mire Big, you had Turtle Rock Big, and we do not have the big key. Unless Telethar just proves me incorrect and finds the big key in its vanilla location. I've got some hope here.
All right, survey says this is not the big key.
Not the big key. Okay, this is at least going to be... This is going to be good news for Zelga. He's going to find this place, and you know, again, it's going to be another one of those locations where he's going to feel not good about not having a hammer.
Well, at least he has to come back to the region.
Yeah, true.
That's what you're getting at right there. He's got to come back to this region. Telethar's going to check the factory of escape. There was nothing back here. Funny enough that Telethar still has not picked up the flippers. Weren't the flippers...
They were in Hype Cave.
Weren't the flippers in Hype Cave, which was a Spear 1?
Yeah, it was definitely Light World. And I'm trying to remember, in this case, where Zelga ended up picking them up.
It was a potion shop. It was a Spear 1.
Oh, you're right. I was even thinking this earlier. You know, like, more often than not, the potion shop, even as annoying as it is to get to, in Retrance especially, you go visit the potion shop because that's where you hula hand.
That is correct. Alright, so Zelga's going to find Thieves Town over here. This will be the end of his route.
Yeah, so he's going to do the front 4, and the good news is that just like on Telethar's side, we do not have to Death Warp anymore, because as you said, it's the end of the route. So we don't have to, we can just save and quit.
Alright, so where does the seed want us to go? Alright. Are we lifting up the rock for the Tower of... or not the Tower, the Death Mountain Climb?
It's so... it's so painful to actually check these glove lock locations. When do you think either person is going to go back to Ice Rod Cave and get the rock there? The 20 rupee rock cave?
I think once Telethar finds the flippers and the mirror. Alright, is this to take any?
Goody. I can't wait for when the next piece of progression will actually show up. Mirror? Oh,
left side GT.
Oh, you're right. We talked about
10
that for
items.
quite some time.
And I bring that up because it's really one of the biggest, most valuable locations we have. However, Ice Palace is over here. I did forget that was here on the map. And this is a completable dungeon. And it is one of our 5-6.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. We
We
are,
won't
unless
be
the big key,
able-
of course. Hmm?
I was about to say we won't be able to check the big chest because we don't have the big key, but at this point, you don't care.
Yeah, yeah, and especially for how long of time. I mean, even more so probably on Zelga's side, but for how long we kind of have to gone without maybe making really any dungeon progress or crystal progress. You know, I can certainly very much understand the kind of like the itch in order to try and complete something here.
And this is exactly where Zelga's going as well. So both of these runners are going to be in Ice Palace. So if there's something good here in this Ice Palace, it's not going to be a major advantage for either of these runners.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. out of everything that's said and done, especially in the early game, right? Suddenly we're getting a little bit more of a convergence
Or
actually here. You know what?
Zelga's
We'll just we're going. Are we going to Ice Rock Cave now?
We are actually checking Ice Rod Cave, and Zelga, I don't think, has checked this because I don't think Zelga has seen Tower of Hera over here.
Yeah. Telethar was definitely the one who kind of came in here early with no glove, and I think Zelga probably was one of those people who wanted to kind of put things off a bit more. Now that being said, he did go to Dark Shopping Mall without a glove, so that one location is going to be a little bit more isolated for him. But you know, them's the breaks.
True. Right. Zelga doesn't have hammer, so therefore that makes that decision. There's our big key to Eastern, the green pendant Eastern.
Okay, well, talking about maybe completing another dungeon, you know, without the big chest. Zelga in Hera with the hook shot. I'm gonna assume that he's gonna finish this.
What makes you think that?
I mean, you know, he's continuing on so far. And never mind, we're just gonna leave. Maybe he's willing to see what these other things are first before committing to Hera. Maybe there's just a Hera Bicky sitting around free somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. Zelga's gonna go see this. It's not the big key to the Tower of Hera. Is gonna go back into Hera, finish that up. Or we're gonna go grab this map to find out what our dungeon information is. It is we already know that one.
Yeah. Now Zelga definitely has seen the other side, or not the drop down of Spec Rock Cave, but like on the other, because he got over there on Dark Death Mountain and dropped down, and he saw the other side as a bunny. So I don't think he has to go follow that connector anymore. But looks like we're just just taking a little bit of extra detour to see maybe we'll find a Harabicky somewhere. We did not. Now, Rick, if you were Zelga, would you sit through the basement?
I would go and do this Helmasar, or not Helmasar, this Moldworm first. And then go back.
Well, we did see
and
Zelga.
Now I would definitely go downstairs since you swallowed that key usage.
Yeah.
And I do agree with Wall Cakes. It is the perfect 100% way of guaranteeing it's going to be a key, a map rather, to a dungeon you already know the information about, or the Hyrule Castle / GT map. Is
that we both found in Skullwoods.
Freestanding map. All right, so cold stairs down for Telethar. We found the Eastern Big. That's really the only big thing that we have seen in here, but we haven't found Eastern Palace yet.
You're right. Of all dungeons that we have not found, so we did find the backup desert. Just kind of like glancing through the rest of these dungeons, I think that's actually the only one that we haven't actually seen. We haven't seen Castle Tower. I don't think.
Ice Rod.
We
might need that.
Yeah, we're still short on information. As you have coincidentally mentioned, all the stuff that we already know, we have picked up the maps to. We have not found any more extra maps that are going to tell us new information.
And by the way, we now know that the Tower of Hera is a crystal, thanks to that drop.
Good. Who needs maps?
We are going to go downstairs because we've already spent the 100 rupee based key for this. So this is just going to be a single rupee. There's our Eastern.
A fully clearable Eastern Palace. Who can resist the urge?
It is lifted on. It is underneath the lift rock outside of desert.
Oh, okay. The 50 rupee rock. That can be a hard location to go after. Especially depending in this case, when you end up finding. Oh my
Tower of
gosh.
Terra!
Oh, Rick, do you remember when you said earlier that the order of operations matters a lot here in Entrance?
Yes, it does.
Oh my gosh. Look, I'm gonna cope with Zelga here, and there is nothing in the hair of Big Chest. Okay, you know what? Holy frick! Okay, alright, that is a very, very good find for Zelga. Hera Basement is a very difficult location to go through. Even when Telethar has the big key to Hera, he's gonna go beat the dungeon. The basement's not guaranteed. Just ask the 2 hours Swordless Sea that they all played last week. Somehow still manages, and they just went to Hera Basement anyway.
That mirror is probably the biggest thing that Zelga has going for him at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, where are we going? Oh, this is to get to the floating island.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's right, from Zelga's side. By the way, we are watch. So this is either key drop or we can do this in Retrance. Telethar's gonna try and take a little bit of a shortcut over to the Eastern Palace big key chest by doing Skelly Clip. Almost. I don't know if he's gonna try again, but instead of walking all the way around, if you especially don't need that key, in Dark Square.
Oh my!
Oh, did we did we not have eyes on this? We did not ever come up here?
No, because we never were able to do that from the Spectacle Rock, or not the Spectacle Rock, the top of Paradox Cave.
You're right. By the way, speaking of dreaming, we are not going to go visit the East Palace Big Key chest. That chest does not exist in Telethar right now. But having the mirror and having the flute, it does look like she that flute's mirror a lot. And we haven't been over to the Mire area yet, okay, never mind. We also need a mist for that. But the flute is still very big. It's gonna help Zelga kind of pick up a lot of extra time now. That time he definitely needs right now in order to kind of recoup.
And Zelga is just around the corner from getting the hammer.
Mm-hmm. Now, granted, he is not gonna feel good about having this hammer here, especially when he's gone into pod. So he's gonna be a little bit of time given back to Telethar because he was ever there for he's singled at pod. However, though, given we've got the mirror, we got the flute, this is definitely things looking up for Zelga. Oh no, dang Armos.
I was about to say, this is not a setup I'm used to. And we get the green pendant off of Eastern Palace.
Okay, only one more to go for our collections. I hope this is not AD. I did not see what they actually rolled. I'm just gonna trust that it's not AD.
Alright, so Zelga picks up the hammer. And Telethar is about to go to, I would have to assume this is to GT. Left side GT now.
Yeah. You said GT was at Mini Moldorm, right?
Yep. 10 items inside, we need it. Maybe the boots are here.
Maybe, yes. Hookshot locked boots. I can buy that. See, and this is again one of the surefire ways that you can actually tell if you're ever confused about which player is using the Phoenix Wright sprite, if it's wall kicks or Zelga, is that you will never see wall kicks willingly pick up a map. Freestanding if he can't help it.
Alright, we're going to check the Tower of Hera entrance for Zelga, which was something we did not see from Telethar because we haven't had the mirror until just recently. And there's our lamp. So lamp was hookshot locked.
Amazing. Maybe not quite the thing you wanted to go see of your Telethar, because that maybe just helps it put some more things, logically together, but it's, certainly,
Oh,
Zelda
right. We know what's at the Tower of Hera. This is the old man.
Oh, it's the old man, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And have we seen Old Man or the back of Old Man yet?
We have not. No, I don't think so. I don't think anyone has actually come out of either entrance.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen it.
Now, let's say that Telethar here, doing right side GT, left side GT, He is going to be able to clear out the rest of the basement with the exception of the big chest, which we still don't have the GT big key for. Given that he's already done the right side and he's now going to do left side, unless GT big key is here, it's going to be kind of a difficult location to come back to.
All right. Small key in the rando room. And this is one of those modes where getting a small key in the rando room does not mean you're getting the big key in that room.
Right, unfortunately.
All right, old man front is located. All right, that's light bumper.
Okay, well, that is knowledge that we'll probably never use. Or, I mean, we could use. Maybe. Maybe they'll go use that, afterwards to go activate his flute, which I don't think he's done yet.
He hasn't. Alright, where's old man back? Probably bumper. Nope, it's race game.
Okay.
Alright, cute game.
Nice. Yeah, I think Zelga's already scouted race game, so no need to go through those bushes. I don't even know what's over there. I'm sure it's not useful.
It's nothing. I think it was a compass or...
Okay, that sounds...
No, it was a shield. It was a shield.
Shield. Oh, well, we're definitely not picking that up.
All right, Zelga is going back to... This is to defeat Trinex.
You're right. We got the Ice Rod off of Moldorm, which we now know, which we definitely know is in logic, because Telethar has the big key to Hera from his travels. Telethar actually doing a map check as well. Interesting.
Yep, finds out that TR is indeed a crystal, which means that Ice Rod is required.
Now, I have no doubts that Telethar is going to be able to get his Ice Rod because it is on the boss. You can't possibly miss it. Now, that being said, though, that mirror in Hera Basement, I am less confident about him obtaining. I certainly would hope that he does get it. And I don't actually know if this case Telethar wants to go back to Hera right now, because it is an Ice Rock Cave. Maybe he's trying to wait it out to get a better movement item. But unfortunately, it does really look like that the flute is mirror locked.
It is. It fully is. Alright, that chest that Zelga died trying to get is just a key.
See, we didn't need that anyway. We didn't need to go back, right? It's just, it was a big time save.
You know, if that turned out to be the boot, Zelga would be kicking himself right now.
Well, he can kick himself because he has the boots. We do need something, to be able to do that with. But you are right though. Figuratively speaking, he would have. It's going to be another blow dealt to Zelga, and I think he's already been pretty battered here.
Telethar is heading back in this direction and trying to figure out. Oh, we're going to find out that this is Paradox Upper. Not what you want to see here. And although this is going to be good for Telethar, because now he's going to be able to get that second sword that Zelga's been having for the last half hour.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, maybe with the second sword, we kind of just see that Zelga was able to take care of Moth pretty easily. With that, I'm not sure in this case if Telethar is kind of interested right now. He's definitely looking for something else, right? Mirror.
Right, but you're not going to say no to a second sword.
Of course, yes.
Especially knowing that you're going to have to go up against Trinex at some point in time.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Knowing that you're going to have to deal with Vitreous at some point in time. And there's the crystal for Zelga.
Actually, have we found Myra yet? Maybe that's actually another dungeon we haven't seen. Okay, all right. Well, we have every means to get into the dungeon now. We got the... Well, not every. We've got a hookshot, a one-fingered glove that will get us in there, and surely the boots are just going to be in Myra, right? That's how things work.
No.
Okay. Well, I don't know this game very well. Then never mind.
The reason why I'm saying no like that is because we are kind of exhausted on all the locations that are available to us, except for one, which is that Lift Rock and Dark Shopping Mall. So at some point in time, or that in K45, because at some point in time. Graveyard Ledge 2. Okay, I'm thinking of 3 locations that we have access to. 4, 5. Okay, never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Y-
I
do
was
you-
about to say that we were running out of location, so therefore it feels like we're going to need either the boots or the mitts in order to get into Mire.
Okay. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, that makes sense.
Zelga's going to find out what we have inside the Mimic Cave over here.
See, he
And
secrets things
Telethar
out.
is going to
Yeah.
be finishing off with the Tower of Hera. Now, this is going to be a big check, this big key chest. Or this big chest, rather.
Yeah, we'll see. So he's definitely, he has not intentionally or unintentionally opened the door. But you are correct in that he is definitely going to go to Moldorm first. He's going to pick up his ice rod, and
No,
but
I'm talking this big chest. I'm talking this big
big chest. Oh, you're right.
This is a hard last locate for Zelga coming up. It's the silvers! It's not that big of a deal in Retrance.
It could be worse. Could be a little bit better. But you're right, though. You're right. It's only an offensive weapon, and it might maybe cost a little bit of time. Depending on this case, I think the Tempered Sword, right? I mean, it's definitely going to save Telethar some time. However, though, Zelga is going to be able to complete the game without it.
Yep. And one thing that Zelga is going to do right now is get that Tempered Sword. That sword that we just saw from Telethar that he has 0 access to.
You're right, yeah. It's on Floating Island. Yeah, they saw that sword super early. And we were kind of stuck on Fighter Sword pretty much the whole time.
All right, here's the ice rod for Telethar. This is going to be a big moment for Telethar because even though we don't know if we need that flute, it feels like we're going to because we haven't had that access to the Mire area. We haven't had that access to the 3 other entrances in the desert area.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, and as you said before, like we're kind of running out of current locations
and
right
we're
now.
Leaving.
Thar is not abiding by Hera Basement. I hope the team name maybe doesn't come back to haunt him. As
that is. I was just gonna say that is huge. That mirror, which we don't know if we need, but it feels like we're going to.
Yeah, we're definitely running out of locations. As you mentioned before, we're running out of locations that we have access to without something extra, right? I don't think we saw Spike Cave. I don't remember this even being here, but here we are. We are going to do Spike Cave.
Yeah, Zelga, when he found this earlier, did not have the hammer. So now with the hammer,
oh, right.
we're
Okay,
able to
that makes
finish
sense.
this. And there's the big key to GT, which... Oh,
I mean, Zelga's
boy.
Is Zelga going back to GT now? He can get the big chest. He can also climb if he wants. Like, there are a lot of items up there, too.
Yes, you're right.
But things are certainly kind of swinging over.
7, that's where we're going.
Yeah.
Yep.
That looks like we're
not where we're
headed.
We're gonna check this rocket first.
Yeah. Oh.
This is
okay. We're
just
going. We're going to 6. Oh, you're right. Yeah, that's right. You're absolutely right here. Yeah, so Zelga's gonna do this, and that's right. Also, does remind me, of course, that we do know where Saha is. It is at the top of. We're what? Oh, he doesn't have the key. Oh, I understand. Okay. Oh, never mind. I thought he already had the Eastern Flightless big key. That Telethar already had from somewhere.
I mean, Zelga is known for this. We don't know if we need the green pendant yet.
Yeah, that's gonna be another item of potential.
Yeah.
And but yeah, right now, I mean, so things were firmly on Telethar's side for quite some time. Now it's maybe more debatable, because like things have swung a good amount here for Zelga's favor. He's got the mirror, which like the flute, which has gotten a lot more access. Now that being said, that we're still missing some stuff. We don't know where other things are, but it's not as one-sided as it was. What? What'd you say?
It's vanilla TR laser bridge.
Well,
then TR laser bridge.
Give me my scoops, okay? I want some chocolate chips on this one.
Okay, we'll make sure of that.
Thank you, and thank you, Matt. All right, EP Bagels and ice.
There's the lamp for Zelga, and answering the bunny muncher, the always evil Mr. Angry Pants. I think it's the Lost Woods drop down.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen that yet. You're right. Saw Ganon.
It's either that
saw
or it's
Bat.
Useless Fairy. I thought we saw Useless Fairy, but I'm not 100% certain. All right, here we go.
Did you know that Dunka's making potato skins tonight?
Yes.
Every single. Well, I'm telling
Don't
the bunny
encourage
hater.
Mr. Angry Pants.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was
Thank
hoping that you
you.
would give him an alternative to dinner. Wouldn't potatoes sound much better?
No, it goes with the main course.
Oh no. I would. If you give me only potatoes, they're so versatile. You know, you can eat potato in so many forms, and still keep eating.
There's the try next kill for Telethar. All
yeah,
right.
and this is also right. This also was something else to say. So like Telethar, while he is down a mirror, he may not be able to get it, anytime soon. However, though, he has a pretty significant dungeon lead over Zelga right now. You know, like I said, like Telethar he's doing very well here, and we'll end up seeing, what in this case like the mirror kind of leads to, and when Telethar, if he actually needs it at all.
All right. Mouse, very critical check coming up.
What is this here?
Oh,
it is not
rupees.
It is not exactly, but
We
it looks
are
like
climbing.
Zelga's going up.
We are climbing. Makes sense. You just got this big key. You want to see what's behind this. It's all in logic. And is Telethar finally making a play for Spear 1 Potion Shop?
Potion Shop. So
we're not.
Let's drop down.
We're checking this drop down. No, this
is the thieves.
Okay. So I think then in that case it is useless fairy. That is.
Yeah, looks like maybe the answer is no.
I think it's useless fairy. We know the well is behind Agate Tower, but we need some things to dash fast with.
I think we also need to find Agate Tower. For what it's worth.
At 2. So Telethar is going to finally, at 1 hour 31 minutes in, check Spear 1 Potion Shop, and is going to be upset that this is a 5-item cave.
He's going to get his flippers here, right?
Yep.
Yeah, maybe not necessarily the greatest of discoveries, but I don't think. But at least it looks like Telethar with the glove is going to continue onwards to the Zora domain. It's going to be pretty convenient for him. There might be some, previous seed SD type of scenario where I think he didn't have the flippers. He caught a connector that led him out of Waterfall. He wanted to go to Zora, unfortunately could not get himself out there, like out of the waterfall, and he kind of got stuck, and unfortunately Zora was his progression, and that ended up unfortunately taking him down a game.
It is funny how these seeds can turn out. Mouse, it's like
I know sometimes it can be such heartbreakers.
One twist, one turn. Like, if that mirror is required for something, if it turns out that we needed that mirror to get to the flute, to find something in the mire area, Telethar is actually in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, well, yeah, and as you said, right, like we're kind of, again, we're running low on our options here.
Please do not get 1.0 again, Zelga.
Yeah, that would be kind of nice. We have Age of Burna, Zelga. Maybe he wants to save his magic for a little bit here.
I'm surprised we just got this lamp, so we have enough to get the 3 lamp shots, and then this small magic would give him the 4th he needs. I guess we have to save the frames and not pick up the large magic.
Yeah. We'll get some up here. I mean,
yeah,
I do think that Zelga and Telethar calmed down a bit, since maybe like the early to mid seed jitters. Well, no, that's.
And there's a big key for.
We don't want to see these things.
Yahoo! Yay! Wasn't there something in the last race we did with Zelga? Something behind that skull big?
Maybe. Was it?
I want to say
yes. There have been so many seeds since then. Although this climb is looking, well, we got okay. We don't know the value of skull was Bicky. You're right.
How many seeds have you seen since that race?
I don't know, Rick. I lose count. Because my glove only has 1 finger on it, and so if it's more than 1, then I don't know how many more I've seen.
Mold Arm 2 down for Zelga. And a heart container.
It doesn't look like it's useless fairy, Rick. I mean, I don't know what's back here, but he's climbing, or he's continuing.
Well, if that's the case, that is the case. We know it's not the well.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Could it be Lumberjack?
Did we not see? No, Lumberjack is the well. I definitely remember that because Telethar saw the blue boomerang out there.
Yep, cool. Yep.
Yes, Scary Olive. See, I was even just thinking that too. I was like, this would be a great opportunity. A second shot for Telethar to go get the mirror in Hera. If he had the mirror. Which he does not, unfortunately. Yep.
Nice finish there for Zelga. And I guess we'll see who really knows how to count.
Zelga has 6 fingers to count on. So does Telethar. Maybe he'll get, 11. You think we'll get Myths today, Rick?
Yes.
Okay.
If you ask me how, I don't know the answer to that one right yet. Okay, yeah, it has to be useless fairy because Zelga's not dropping in at all.
Oh, okay. Did we just... I'm confused as to why we... Well, I don't know. Maybe he wanted the...
Oh, wait! Wait! We never saw Ganon!
Oh! Is that what's behind Act? Well, then that GT Vicky is pretty dang required, huh?
Yes, it is!
Well, that might be where Telethar's going right now, if that's the case. Now, the good news for Telethar is that he doesn't worry about the GT big chest because we saw was on Zelga's side, and I'm kind of hoping at this point that he is just not gonna go after that chest. It's one shack. It's gonna probably take him minutes to go to. It's only 20 rupees. Hopefully, he can just write it off.
Don't worry, Chad. We are professional commentators. We know exactly what's going on in the seat at every given moment. No, but we're supposed to make them think that way.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Do not press X to doubt.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. That's how that, right? Yes?
Is that the new Konami code?
What was that mimic doing? Yes, I mean, these newfangled technology, controllers, right? They're not buttons anymore. They just watch your face. That's how they pick up movement.
The VR edition.
Yes.
Is the VR edition of the Konami code.
Alright, this is Zelga's return trip to Pod. Unfortunately, he was here without the hammer. Unfortunate sequence of operations. But he didn't get the hammer before Telethar, or rather in the mountain. We're coming over here to Pod. Now, that being said, though, things... While Telethar does have a very distinct progression, or a crystal lead, or dungeon lead at this point, Zelga's going to be able to gain a little bit more with that mirror.
Just as a heads up for those of you who are watching, we are resyncing Telethar's stream, so you're seeing it go silent for just a moment here while Big Donkey goes and tries to get everything all squared away. I mean, we're all on the gauntlet. We know that there's nothing up here. There's nothing to watch up here.
No, of course not. That's why we...
Oh, wow. We linked all the way to the Triforce room.
Surprise! Somehow Telethar lost his pearl because, that is the Bunny Link form of Dark Link.
True.
Wonders, wonders. We always wonder how these things can happen. Alright, Zelga looking to have a little bit more of indecision. Fluting over here, wanted to go say, hey, look, we're back on the gauntlet. We have a lot of health.
We just finished off. We just finished off with the Wizrobe rooms.
Okay. Putting that good red boomerang to use. Telethar also part of the 4 Boomerangers team for Survivors of Hyrule. Super cool tournament also that's also going on. He was one of the survivors of his team, kind of carrying him through to the bracket stage.
So I think
And thank you,
Zelga
Dunka.
wanted. I'm sorry. I think Zelga was wanting to go to the TR Bridge, and this decided that I don't want to go there. I want to go somewhere else.
Okay. Oh, he's checking Skullwood's big chest. Makes sense. We did get this from upstairs GT.
Yeah, check your advantages.
And we still don't have a book, of all things, right now. Not that I think we really want to see a book, in that, you know, we don't want to go chase down tablets or anything like that, but, you know, I was thinking maybe, you know, the pedestal out here in the Lost Woods, you know, maybe could also hold something. It's just money. Can't really turn down money.
Zelga gets 3 keys or 30 arrows.
He will, and he will not get the silvers. Oh, an unfortunate mirror bonk. Nobody really knows where to mirror here in Skullwoods. Okay, like it's just difficult.
It was close. That's one of those mirror bonks that you go, really? That's the mirror bonk?
Yeah,
Come on,
yeah.
game.
I really got to applaud people who, you know where to mirror in the light world to go to the dark world and inverted, because like who the heck knows where those locations are? I mean, it also just shows you that you go play inverted. So I don't know, Miss also kind of a tell. We are here back in Telethar doing his math homework.
Yep.
I was gonna say Zelga here in Ice Palace. A little bit better equipment than what Telethar came in with. You know, he does have that nice tempered sword. Still, though, the one item that I think might potentially make a difference in terms of discovery, though, is that Ice Palace Big Key, which we don't have.
Don't worry, it's on Sahasrahla.
Right. Oh no.
What?
Considering the Eastern Palace Big Key is here, as Matt had mentioned earlier, I don't think that would make Zelga very happy at all.
Game doesn't care.
It's true. Game does not care about anybody's feelings.
The game decides, you want convenience, I'm going to say blank you.
Blank you? Yes, that is very close hamming distance to other words. Yes, continue, Rick.
And you will like it. There will be no recourse.
From the pyramid, Telethar is going to shimmy over to Dark Potion Shop and potentially Catfish, because, you know, he has a glove.
Eastern Palace Big Key in Zelga's world has completely shut apart.
Yeah, shut apart. I like that term. Now, Zelga does, of course, we did see him completely nope out of Eastern earlier. Wasn't in a great position, but with the flute, you know, certainly that is a very, you know, nice time advantage for him to be able to get. And, you know, Zelga is on record saying that he will avoid Eastern like the plague if he does not have the bow and requisite big key in order to make it dippable. But however, if he's still looking for stuff, you know, he has the Eastern Palace dippable equipment. That is one of his top priorities to go back to.
Catfish.
What's here?
Catfish. Oh.
It is, well, I mean,
Catfish.
You know, it's Retrance. You're gonna pick it up, I guess. But yeah, this is.
It doesn't light up one of those symbols on our map.
I know. There's no symbol. There's nothing on the tracker. We're nearing the 2-hour mark, Rick, and I'm really hoping that they can push the A button tonight.
They can anytime they get to a rock.
Rock, you're right. They can talk to the pink ball.
That too. Answering chat, how have they not been to Clearable Mire yet? The answer, it is not beatable because we haven't found it yet. It exists somewhere out there in the world, but we haven't found the way to get there yet. We may already have the way to get there. Well, at least Zelga. There are 3 entrances that I still have marked that Zelga has access to that Telethar doesn't.
Well, they are mirror locked. I think you maybe made
Yes.
references to before. Graveyard Ledge was one of them, right?
Graveyard Ledge is one of them, and then the two opposite TR Bridge.
Oh, right. That's right.
Mimic Cave and Spiral.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, so it's definitely kind of looking like that mirror is maybe a bit more requisite than initially maybe what Telethar would have liked. I like somehow we're here in the same Skull Woods.
High five.
Hello.
Telethar to check the same thing we just saw from Zelga, checking that Skull Woods big chest. And Zelga's going to be checking Graveyard Ledge coming up here in just a few, but also checking this Lift Rock. We already saw this from Telethar. See, Clear Mouse? Zelga's pressing the A button.
Yes, you're right. And he look at how much effort he is trying just in order to lift this rock.
Exactly.
So pained.
The unfortunate thing is you are right. It would be nice to have the boots at this stage. You're an hour 45 in. You're 105 minutes in playing this seed. It would be nice to be able to go a little faster. And not just because it makes you go a little faster, but it would open up 4 new entrances to us.
That's true. That's true. We actually have, boots lock locations. Yes, they do exist. We're trying real hard. But also, you're talking about, yeah, we've been playing the game, Some might argue without the boots, you may not be able to have it be playable at all. I would argue if you don't start with boots, I mean, you can shimmy a little, right? Shimmy to the left, shimmy to the right. We can do a little dance.
Yes,
However, okay. But by the way, this is another location that Zelga potentially can have over Telethar. We saw Telethar purposely skipping out on the Eastern Palace Big Key chest. That could be another item for Zelga, if he also chooses to not skip it.
Alright, teasing here. Alright, Telethar is going to be making the path over towards Sahashwala. We're going to see what that green pendant turn in.
I can't believe this is the path we have to go take. Because we don't have a mirror.
Here we go. Green pendant turn in to Sahashwala.
Oh, it's just a key.
Just a key.
Telethar, are you going to go back to Hera Basement?
One other thing that we have noticed, thanks to Telethar's map discoveries. You see what else is a pendant?
Yes, I do in fact see Swamp Palace is a pendant. Oh my gosh, have we not been to Swamp yet? Have we not been back to Swamp? We haven't found the dam. Nope. That's right. Yes.
Yes. That's the big thing. We have not seen the dam yet. That is also another one of the locations that we're lacking.
I'm going to assume that after the hobo check, does Telethar have anything left other than Eastern Palace Big Key chest and Hera Basement?
Has Telethar checked Zora?
He has checked Zora, yes.
Okay. It's return city to the places you've been. And you feel bad about it.
I thought that's why we left to begin with. We didn't want to be there anymore.
All right,
that's why we left.
Up here for Zelga. This will be a very big check.
Yeah, we are really, really dwindling down. Oh my gosh, is Telethar gonna check GT Big Chest? Oh no. Oh.
Yes, Telethar is gonna check GT Big Chest.
Okay.
This is unfortunately a time loss, but Telethar has to play the role of, my checks suck. This one's on the path towards another one.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I mean...
Alright, here we go, Clear Mouse.
Okay, let's see what's here in this wonderful location that everyone loves to check.
Oh.
It is just the GT Big Chest contents. So Telethar did a very good job of at least skipping this one. I hope he definitely doesn't go back to this one. Alright, well, okay, maybe getting back to GT Big Chest is not going to be as painful as I think it is. Without boots, everything just seems more painful. I mean,
it's time-consuming.
Actually, how is he gonna get out of the? How is he gonna get out? He doesn't have the mirror. Is he just gonna death warp?
Death warp or just walk right out?
Oh, he can walk. Okay, that's actually probably faster. Let's just shuffle our way over. We have 2 canes to also, rely on if in case our legs get tired. Yeah, but like, Telethar kind of going back to some of these locations, not having the mirror, they're gonna kind of go back double up to Hera Basement as well.
Or we're just gonna save and quit.
That's fine too. This is definitely giving Zelga some catch-up time. We're gonna see, because, Telethar's already done Hera Base, not Hera Basement. He's already done Eastern, he's already turned the green pendant, and Zelga's kind of right now, playing a little bit of catch-up. So after all this, assuming this might be Zelga, he's gonna go check the shovel. I forgot, we haven't done that yet. I think Hera Basement might be one of those locations that Telethar is, maybe marking off mentally or physically, just saying, if something's there, I have already lost this race. Especially after some of the maybe early deaths that he took, right? He is not be feeling good about the scene.
Yeah, little does he know that Zelga had some issues with the Sita as well. All right, so Zelga's going to take that green pendant. We're going to actually go and do the TR bridge now. So we're going to check Mimic Cave, we're going to check Spiral Cave. And we're starting to get to a point where there's got to be something at one of those 2 locations, because my map is starting to really get empty on what we can do.
Yeah, it certainly does really seem like this. Now, where is Telethar going?
This is to Hera.
Oh, this way is to Hera.
Yep.
Okay. Oh,
because
he wanted to
check right over here to the laser ice bridge.
See, okay, he is you and him. You guys, you entrance people, like you always actually know like what connections lead to what. It's actually very nice to be able to check the shovel spot.
Oh, this is a check. It's a
Hello, shield.
Yay.
Hey, does that count as vanilla? Does that count as like
No.
vanilla bean? No. Okay,
No.
never mind.
Since that's the Mimic Cave, no.
Okay, you're right.
I can't
I was
give
thinking,
that vanilla.
I was thinking more of like the TR big chest. Because it's also shield, right?
Oh,
okay.
Five Island Cave. And this was locked behind the mirror, friends.
Yep.
There's our mitts.
Alright. Looks like we're gonna... So Telethar is getting over to his mirror. And it kind of does depend on, this case, like what he decides to prioritize with the mirror. The flute has gained Zelga a little bit more of efficiency, but it actually maybe we still need that flute, Like,
we might
up.
We might because we still haven't had access to the Mire area, which I bet Zelga goes to right now.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Or we're gonna check Ice Palace entrance first.
Rule of Humbug?
Apparently this is a rule of Humbug.
So Humbug says that you should check the Ice Palace entry location first before you go do anything else once you have mitts.
And what's the reason behind that?
I don't know. It's Humbug. I mean, I heard he's won a thing or two, so he probably knows what he's talking about, right? We can just take him blindly at his word. Is that gonna mirror bong? Okay, it's fine. Oh, okay. Looks like Telethar gonna take a scout. Yeah, he wants to take a scout at Floating Island. Maybe doesn't necessarily want to make the trip over.
Yep, and now he knows he probably should.
Yeah. This might be him, Telethar here, trying to clean up some of the entrances. Maybe buying a key for good measure. But then also, this might be him wanting to go back to TR Bridge, maybe? We'll see. He's definitely gonna want to take the flute.
There's our dam.
Yeah, this definitely looked like things, so that mirror really did hard lock a lot of stuff. And, especially even the Mire area with the flute, right? We're gonna have to go and get the mitts.
Yep. So Telethar's gonna go back to desert so he can get to the where the flute is.
Yeah. He probably, in this case, like, didn't want to, like, just immediately take the dive over because I think it's kind of a long trek.
And there's Zelga finding Hotel Mario.
We've been playing for 2 hours. I could use a break. Yes. Do you think the rates are good?
With that location, with the view, they're high priced.
Okay. Yeah, you're probably right. Probably.
All right.
Even in Retrance, with Zelga's almost 2,000 rupee count, we probably couldn't even afford a night.
Oh, I think we could afford a night with that rate. Mire is not vanilla.
Good thing fortune tellers are free.
There's our Meyer. It's
Yeah,
like
it's-
we are right. It's near vanilla.
Near, pretty close. Alright, but this is gonna be something that Zelga's gonna be able to do, and right now it does seem like, well, Zelga, with all of the stuff that even he had to go kind of play catch-up on, is, you know, kind of taking a little bit of time advantage over Telethar. Getting the flute, getting the mirror, getting the mitts.
And we're 2 big keys away from go mode. We still need the desert big. We still need the thieves big.
Yeah, the thieves big. We found Thieves Town very early. We also found Desert Palace very early. The backup desert pretty early as well. At least on Telethar side.
Yeah, both runners have seen it.
Yeah, I'm sure they have seen literally everything at this point that they had access to.
Yeah, the question is, how do you feel at this rate? You're an hour 55, and for these runners, not being in go mode an hour 55 makes you think things.
Yeah, I'm sure many things have gone through their heads by this point, but yes, you really do wonder, probably over and over, why is he not done yet?
Exactly.
At this point.
Especially considering the issues that both of these runners have had. Like we mentioned about Telethar and now getting this late mirror and flute as a result. Zelga with some of the issues that he has had. So you're thinking, as we're nearing the 2-hour mark, how is the other runner not finished? And you mentioned at the start of this is kind of an essential match for both of these runners.
Yeah.
Because they're 0-1 in week 2 of this Retrance Invitational.
Yeah, and I think we don't have like official confirmation. Zelga did tell me before the match that he does believe that the not winner of this match does not have bright futures in the future of this tournament. So it is pretty imperative that if you want to stay in the tournament, you do need an advancement.
I think your best case of advancement is winning out, and the loser of this, you need a lot of help. All right, here comes Telethar to find the TR bridge. So, or not find it, but find what's on the opposite side of this. Like, I think this is probably that case where the loser of this is their chance of making it to week 3 is about 0.2%.
Yeah, are there like tiebreaker shenanigans or like time play and brace something? I don't know. I mean, Wallkicks, like, was also saying in chat that, he thinks that the loser is going to be eliminated.
Yeah.
However, though, my only reason to doubt Wallkicks is that he hasn't lost yet, so I don't know what he knows about losing. Just say it, all right?
Yeah.
10-0 in groups, or whatever, in the season. Undefeated so far in the group stages. And the defending champion of the first Retrance Invitational. So.
Yeah, I think Wallkicks might know a thing or 3. Like, I think there's just that one microscopic potential. But it's so microscopic to the point that, the chances of the loser of this moving on is about the same as that person that puts in that robot message, "Want to be famous," actually not being banned in Twitch chat.
You're right. They've gotten smarter. Now it's
yes, I know.
Yeah.
Hey, I'd like to give you free follows. No, you don't. You want me to pay $50 for me to get follows?
Yeah, we can't afford stuff like this in this economy.
Yep, and that is correct. The two of them, Zelga and Matt, were in the same group together in week 1. Telethar doing the rule of humbug as well.
Yeah.
And King's Tomb has our big key to Ice Palace. No!
We're gonna just pretend we didn't see that, okay? We did lose power. Not Dunka's fault, okay? Our screen just went black for like 3 seconds.
You know where, if I were Zelga right now, where I would go?
I hope you don't say Ice Palace, because that would be very sad.
I think Zelga's going their swamp.
He found the dam. You are correct.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
Follow the
Telethar's
breadcrumbs.
gonna have... Yeah. Now, I am kind of curious at this point. Telethar definitely knows at this point he has very, very much hard isolated that mirror and is a little bit late to it. So, does he want to be a little bit more aggressive? Zelga actually has still been playing his game pretty, consistently, right? Well, I mean, certainly he stuck to his principles about Eastern Palace, but even when he wasn't Eastern, he went all with the big key chest. Even in Meyer, actually, you know what? Never mind. We have one item left in Meyer. Excuse my previous claim. We apparently have skipped the key chest. Maybe
Yes,
Telethar
we
will do the
did.
same thing.
I wouldn't be surprised if Telethar... I would be surprised if Telethar checks that.
Yeah, well, Telethar certainly now needs to make up a little bit of ground. Oh, something, sword and swamp, something. Continue.
Margarine.
Yeah, you're right.
Margarine.
I can't believe it's not margarine. Did they ever make that product? I hope not, because I would be very scared to consume anything that has that claim. Nice Specky Cliff on Zelda.
Yes, indeed.
And I also have to applaud these guys, especially probably more so on Telethar, just because I think he is probably more of an avid Boots person than probably Zelda is. But like the fact that you've already been playing, as we said, the Sea for over 2 hours now, right? That A button's looking a little dusty. Maybe he's got a little, we gotta oil it up a bit to make it less squeaky.
Well, we do use the A button still to open up these chests.
You're right.
I know what you're getting at with the A button stuff, but it's not like you really use a lot of that A button. You just push it down for 30 frames?
Yeah, 30 frames, and you let go, and then it's like another 29 frames or something. I don't know how these things work. I just kind of watch them do things. Have we found anything in Swamp, by the way? Zelga's not doing left side for right now, which is also understandable.
We found memes.
Memes, right. We found margarine, yes.
That's the only thing we have founded here.
Yeah.
By the way, I do want to point out that this does open up another entrance with Meyer being finished and Ice being finished.
Oh, we found our bomb shop, didn't we?
Yes, and that's probably where Zelga goes after this. Because there's still several locations we haven't seen. I don't think we've seen either ferry. We haven't seen Agate Tower.
We have not seen Agate Tower for sure. I'm trying to think back to like how many like 2-item Ks we've actually seen right now. I know we've seen Meyer Shed.
Yeah, we did see that.
But
definitely.
And
I don't think we've seen either of the Pyramid or Waterfall Ferry.
Well, I mean, I'll definitely take your word for it. I really don't remember coming across them. But it's also been 2 hours. My memory attention span has been certainly taxed.
You watch your mouth, you old fat.
You're right. Hey, look, we found bombos. Did we ever
That's
check
probably
TR
what we need
entrance?
to get to TR. All right. Does Zelga go back in to chase left side swamp?
Maybe you'll save it once you find the big key. He's leaving.
I think that's the best idea right there, is to hold off until you do get the swamp big. At this point, give yourself more incentive to go back. Okay, so let's see where Zelga chooses to go here. Oh, we're checking TR entrance.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, he's got all the medallions. This makes sense.
Yep, he does.
This could be Agate Tower. Agate Tower could also be locked behind GT and 7 crystals.
You watch your mouth.
It's just a well back there. How many possible progression items could there be in 5? I'm not
all this dirty language that's on this channel.
I'm sorry. Well, you know what? Dunka has said that he'll just let us do whatever we want. Wow. Okay. All right. Okay.
Wow. All right, this has to be something now. This has to be something.
Fortune teller. I would like to know what my future holds for me. Maybe Zelga also wants to know what his future holds for him.
All right, what's inside? Oh,
Key shop.
no.
Oh, that's such an expensive key shop too.
All right.
All right, Telethar has finished up his Meyer perusal. We are also seeing a 6 out of 8 on the compass. Thank you, compass.
Oh, we're taking in the green. We're trading in the green pendant.
This looks like a faster way to get to the green pendant than Telethar took. Unfortunately for Telethar.
Yeah, not having the mirror really hurt Telethar in that regards.
Yeah, there were. I mean, for the most part, honestly, like I don't really know if the mirror had really like hurt Telethar in that, you know, kind of blocked him. Obviously, we see that now that the mirror is required, right? So yeah, he was a little bit later to get there, but like it was really exacerbated by the these the last, I don't know, 5 or 6 checks that he was doing because he was just he couldn't use the mirror and would have benefited him so much.
I think it was more the fact that he did not have access to the flute. Zelga was just able to move around a little bit faster. All right, what's on the pedestal? We're going to have to blindfold this because we haven't seen the book, which means it's going to be the book.
You think Zelga will read the pedestal for us with the book?
No.
If it's the book here? No.
You don't feel good at 2 hours and 5 minutes.
Yeah, you're right.
Here we go, lifting up the pendants, and this gets us!
Half magic!
Woohoo! I mean, that does make up for Zelga not getting the silvers.
We can certainly ask Zelga for that opinion. Although I don't think, but you're right though. Like that safety is still going to be able to benefit Zelga. I was actually even thinking in terms of actually offense. You know, I don't actually know what Telethar is.
Are we checking that big chest of ice right now? Yes, we are.
Yes,
Zelga. We are.
Where is Telethar going? Are we doing Smith Chain?
Telethar seems to have very little interest on pulling that pedestal just yet.
Well,
he can't because he hasn't done Swamp.
Yeah, he has one very major pendant away. But I mean, is this gonna be Smith Chain? We've got hammer pegs over here as well.
It has to be. And we're gonna check hammer pegs while we're over here. Yep.
Do we know the drop down for Magic Bat or the Magic Bat location? I'm gonna assume that it's not interesting.
Yeah, it's nothing interesting. I want to say that was Hyrule Castle escape, or the uncle.
Okay. Oh, okay. If that's the case, then yeah, it is definitely very not interesting.
All right.
But these are definitely new checks for both Telethar, you know, us and Zelga. So.
Yep.
We're just looking for those two very, you know, big keys.
Magic Cave, which could get us something because we have yet to see where Bumper goes. And Fireball Shield for Zelga. You don't feel really hot getting that on your agenda.
No, unfortunately. But we do know where all 3 shields are, assuming there was a shield on Maze Race.
Yes, there was.
Okay,
all right, Zelga's going to do the rest of the chain too. Telethar going to check these hammer pegs. So depending on who finds the solution to this path, Telethar could be in an advantage. Oh my goodness,
gosh.
That is Mini Moldorm Cave, the other 5-item cave.
All right, well, here we go. But so also keep in mind, we're gonna see what's here first. 20 piece of heart.
No.
Oh my gosh. What a letdown. Oh my gosh. That was basically a take any cave with 20 rupees as a tip, you know? Oh, that was so disappointing. But yeah, I was gonna say, so Telethar knows where Tempered is. It's on Lake Hylia Island. He has the ability to get it. I don't actually know if he's going to get it at this point, if it's not maybe on the way. Like, he's on Master Sword Silvers, but it is going to be a time difference between that and Zelga's, you know, Gold Sword Silverless. Chances of Zelda going back to her big chest, I think, is pretty low.
All right. Purple chest. No.
Also nothing.
Is the answer left side swamp?
I have
Or
no
cutscene
idea.
chest of Meyer?
Oh my god.
Oh
Rick, you
my
weren't planning on doing anything tonight, were you?
Hey, I didn't mind spending 3.5 hours together with you.
Oh, well, that's good.
Because that's what it's shaping up we're going to be doing here.
The seed is not, we're not stuck here with the seed. The seed is here, stuck here with us, I mean, that's how it works. Can we at least get some boots?
Clowns on the side of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you.
Yeah. Okay, well,
Here's
looks
that
like Zelda's gonna
tempered
go to
sword
Temper
thing
Sword.
of
Alright, okay. It's okay. So we've got at least, 30-ish seconds, maybe, banked on Telethar's side with the silvers compared to Zelda. But that being said, though, I mean, we don't know how variable this time differential is because, Telethar hasn't done a lot of the stuff that Zelda has. For example, for Swamp Palace. But it hasn't yielded anything either.
There.
Oh, is he telling him how to do? Okay, he might do left side. That could be a thing.
That pyramid bomb could still be a thing too.
You're right. Big bomb can certainly be a thing as well. Maybe that's what Zelda ends up going to do next.
Depends on if he flutes to one.
Okay, Telethar's gonna maybe feel a little silly, getting the sword now because he's going to get gold sword here in map chest. Now, but I do think though that Telethar has a better chance of going over to.
All right, silvers for Zelda.
Okay, well then we're gonna be apparently on the same equipment between Telethar and Zelda. Yeah, Telethar. Okay, I know that these guys usually don't stream with Cam, right? Zelda or Telethar. I think we've only seen them probably use Cam during SGL, like online, when webcams were required for the bracket stages and beyond. But I mean, I can just picture them, sitting in their, wherever they are, on their couch or chair or whatever, just shaking their head this entire time. Again, looking over the racer and be like, why is my opponent not done yet? It's 2 hours and almost 15 minutes. These guys they have finished seeds way faster than this.
Yeah. Like, you're probably already starting to think this at an hour 45, given how both of these runners have their
exactly,
game.
yeah.
And here we are.
What is over here for Zelda?
Oh, I think I know what we're doing.
Well, Telethar is doing left side swamp. Like, this is gonna be pretty.
No, I know exactly what Zelga's doing. What is
Zelga doing? He's doing Big Bomb?
He's going to set up the portal. And then go back up the mountain to get the bomb. And then come back down.
So this is the Zelga be doing the cross keys? This is his big brain? See, this is why Zelga is so good at cross keys. Alright, sorry, Retrance.
I mean, you don't have boots, so it's not like this really nets you a whole lot of advantage here, but you're setting up the portal right there.
The point is that we have entrances and connectors to take, okay? We can be doing the cross keys.
Yes, we are. All right, left side swamp coming up here for Telethar. Here's the bomb for Zelga. Somebody, I think, is about to find the item that moves the seat along. Is it on our left? Is it on the right? Thank you, Shady Force.
I don't know.
All right, here we go. Left side. No, that's red, but it's not the red we are really wanting to see. What about the other side? Is it? Oh my goodness, it's a book!
Oh my gosh. I don't know how to feel about this anymore. I mean, it's so stressful for Telethar and Zelga right now, but I mean, this seed is just so stringing them along. Every single little thing is just, it's not here.
And that's not the answer! The book has to be the answer!
We have Meyer cutscene chest, yeah?
Or Meyer cutscene chest!
But I don't want to think about that. I really do think is that the only location though that between Zelga and we haven't done we already seen Catfish. Never mind. I think that's where Zelga's going. I think
that's where Zelga's going, but Telethar has already seen it. It's 50 rupees.
but I think between the two, I'm just trying to think of how many
Meyer
more
cutscene
entrances.
or the book is the answer. Oh my goodness.
Oh
This
my
is a
book
race.
This is.
And these two runners love entrance modes. You're going to see them coming up here in the Cross Keys tournament. Make sure you follow them.
Yes, these
They're
two.
going to need therapy.
I was gonna say, maybe before this particular race, I would have believed you when you said that Zelga and Telethar love entrance modes. Maybe after this one, they're willing to, take a little bit of a breather, between this and the next time that they have to go do something.
I haven't touched this mode in 3 days. Alright, Zelga. What are we up to? There's the bombos coming up here for Telethar. And there's the green pendant for Telethar.
No, it's blue, but it's
There's
all
the blue pendant for
it's pretty much
Telethar.
the same thing,
Oh, Zelga never did Spiral Cave. Okay.
I forgot about Spiral Cave. Well, he's gonna get his red.
I tend to forget about Spiral Cave for obvious reasons.
Yeah. No, I think with that bomb spin, he's gonna tell us gonna do what Zelga did earlier. We're right here. We got, all of the different. We're gonna pick up all the things now. Yeah, thank you, Telethar. Okay, you know what? You win. It doesn't matter.
Here we go.
Pick up the cups of these down.
Here we go.
All right, here we go. This is one shack that we can do.
Ether tablet.
What
for
is this?
Telethar. It's a map.
Thank you,
game.
Thank you for this wonderful Ice Palace. Yeah, I was gonna. Okay, right. Okay, Telethar does have the book as a detour. He is gonna go check TR entrance. He's gonna go in and get to the same key shop that Zelga had found earlier.
Right now, I feel like this music from Cuphead is just more of the circus music than anything else.
That's what exactly it feels like. Mm-hmm.
Just as a reminder, everyone, this is Retrance, so yes, it's key freaking sanity.
Zelga, by the way, going back into Left Side Swamp after everything he has done.
He's got nothing else left.
It's true. I think you're right. Yeah, he did. Well, he has catfish, right? I don't think he's been catfish. Maybe he already did.
He just did catfish.
Oh well, see, this is how well you see the seed has been going. I completely even just blinked out at all the things that these guys have done. Okay,
Mouse,
so do you think that it's?
Mouse, are you okay?
No, I am not okay on behalf of Telethar and Zelga because I would like the race to achieve a result right now. Okay, like I don't really know how I would feel about either one, right? But I would like for them to maybe can either start dashing or finish quickly. Teleth's gonna pull
Seed
pen.
says no. Seed has said no to these runners dashing for like the last 2 hours, 17 minutes, and 37 seconds, my friend.
And counting, unfortunately. It's like
Yes.
that, it's like the Bart and Homer meme, right? It's like, oh, this is like the worst day of my life, and it's the worst day of your life so far. Now, do you think Teleth's gonna pull?
I don't know why it would be the worst day of your life, though.
Well, no, I'm just saying, it's like we don't have boots yet, and
You're
it's like, yeah, we don't have boots so
games.
far. You're right. This is a great. Okay, now we are officially even. Nobody has any additional edge over the other. Telethar has no potions. Fine.
All right.
Telethar's gonna go back and check Ice Palace big.
Oh,
chest.
that's gonna give the advantage back to Zelga.
Yeah.
Because Zelga's gonna leave here, is gonna go and check the ether, and then at that point, whatever uncorks this seed is at the Bombos tablet.
Or my cutscene chest. And then if by the way, if we find the Swamp Palace big key, we are legally allowed to throw our consoles out the proverbial window. Just saying. You know, we don't have to keep this, or you know, okay, we should keep our console. All right, it's done a lot of good service over the years. This seed, on the other hand, who rolled this?
I believe that
we
would
should,
be our restreamer Big Dunka.
We should ask for a different position for Dunka to be fulfilling here.
All right, Bombo's tablet check for Zelga. So this race has gone back and forth, and you know what I'm gonna say, Mouse? We're not gonna get the boots here.
Frick, why must you pile on the bad news?
Because the seat has been filled with bad news for the last 139 minutes.
Yeah.
It's been filled with pain and sorrow and miserable things. This is going to be the Desert Big.
Desert Big? Okay, I think for these big. I'm gonna go for these big.
It's gonna be the Desert Big. Please don't be the Swamp Big.
Okay.
Big.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Okay. We at least got a big key. Left side swamp was required. We do actually have a little bit. A little bit. We still have a race. Okay. It is. I mean, Zelga right now does have an advantage, right? Because he's going to be the first one going into Thieves Town, and he is one Bobo's tablet away.
It's close enough that Telethar is in striking range.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know that at this point in time, these two runners' nerves are shot.
Yeah. I wholeheartedly agree.
Oh my goodness. When you asked me to do this race, Mouse, I did not expect this marathon.
Same, Rick. I was also not expecting to spend this much quality time with this particular.
And there's the sword slashes for Telethar.
Yeah. I really actually wish I was supposed to look. You know what? I'll check to see, in this case, when Zelga gets to the back of Thieves Town. That'll be a nice, time marker for us.
2:21:18 to the big key door.
All right.
2:21:18.
2:21:18. I was thinking earlier though, like given how much, Zelga, while he really did miss out on the pearl like pretty early, right? He was certainly, the tide had turned from him a little bit when he got, in this case, the mirror out of Hera basement, and they got the food kind of immediately. But ever since then, Zelga has been really kind of showing his entrance skills, or why he is probably one of the most feared opponents, in the world for not only necessarily for entrance, but in general when you want to face him. And when we're coming down to last locations, he has done so many things efficiently, and that if it were even to go back to Meyer cutscene chess, I think he would have been in a better position to go back to it earlier, right? Than maybe potentially, Telethar would have been shoehorned into.
Yeah. 2:22:17.
So about a minute.
That's 59 seconds difference between these two. Again, this race is reachable for Telethar, but needs to make up on these room-to-rooms on the execution versus Zelga, because right now Zelga is the front runner, and getting bopped around by this room here, the
it's not
helping.
Yeah, and then it kind of depends. Now, keeping that, we're still one big key away from Go mode, which is Desert Palace big key, and we're gonna have to see where this. We're still kind of running out of home. No. That's good for Zelga.
Zelga has
already
done
faked
that.
Yes. Yeah,
It's just funny in the sense that here's a fetch quest, 223 into the seed.
I'm trying to think in this case if you are. Oh my God.
There they are.
I'm so glad they get to dash for 5 minutes. Okay, I do think. This is actually probably a hot take in that, making a claim, that you can probably gain time over Zelga, I think is extremely controversial, because I don't think that it is. You have a handful of people that even have potential doing so. Telethar is somebody who has the ability to make up time over his opponents. Dunka, do you know the word of nice? Okay, these are not nice. Could you put them in, like, an actual nice place for us?
I think it was a nice place.
Nice place. 2 hours, 24 minutes in, we get the boots.
Yes.
Alright, Crystal Catch, by the way, 224.086.
I'll make it 224.08.
Okay, sounds good.
Telethar.
Yeah. Did you see how fast he pressed the A button? It was like he was ready, you know? By the way, though, so I think actually if I can find the boots, in addition to maybe some of the we can actually now play the game, etc., etc. You mentioned there were 4 boots entrances that we can unlock. Yeah.
That is correct, and Zelga's going to be checking 2 of them right now. King's Tomb into Bonk Rocks.
So it depends. So we have a little bit of variance, you know, potentially for where, in this case, that Desert Palace Big Key can be. You know, this could be certainly different.
Here's Waterfall Fairy Big Key! Swap!
No! Put it back. Put it back. Put it back. We're not going back. We're not going back.
Oh no!
I can't believe how terrible that Big Key is to Swamp Palace. Considering the book was in Left Side Swamp, right? And we needed the book in order to get to these big chests, or Big Key, in order to get to the back. And then this is the boost lock thing.
And Chicken Coop. Here's
I
another item. I did not
realize we didn't even see this.
Yes.
Okay, so Telethar is a little over 1 minute, I think, difference now between Zelga and himself.
Yeah, I didn't keep track there of the crystal grab. I was more concerned with what was happening in our right side of the screen.
We're
going to be checking the long
different location for Telethar.
Here we go.
Where's
Zelga's going to go to the other side.
This is Agatau. Oh my gosh, dude. I completely forgot about this location as well.
Of suddenly, 7 items.
Yeah, we have 2 items here. I mean, suddenly, like that minute, now Zelga isn't necessarily feeling potentially that comfortable. He's gonna check Dark World Bonk Rocks first. Okay.
Dark Link Rocks here. Big Key, there it is! Desert Palace,
gosh,
and go
holy
mode!
cow! The pendulum of the Big Keys has swinging and missing and swinging again. Yeah, Telethar's in go mode. Zelga is going to be 30 seconds behind, maybe? How long does it get to Dark Maze? I can't believe how close this is.
Clear the next room out, get that chest open. Telethar's gonna have about a minute lead.
Is it a whole minute? Maybe 45? Oh. Okay, let's see when he ends up getting to the back of desert. Is this the fast food? I'm gonna just trust these guys to know what they're doing.
Yeah, it's at the other side of TR Bridge.
Okay, so we did find it early. Okay.
Yep. And there's go mode for Zelga. And Telethar is gonna dash his way into the back of desert.
Alright, 27:10 is when we landed.
And also, Telethar's gonna gain a few moments here from Zelga in this desert. Zelga has to take a key.
Oh, you're right.
Telethar's just gonna be able to dash right straight up when he gets to this next room.
Mm-hmm. Good point. I mean, this point, the margins are pretty thin.
Hey, there's the science that we've been waiting for 2 hours and 27 in.
I was doing so well until
you were.
This is
trying to be so deep into the seed.
Do you think that's why they took so long to finish this?
Yes.
Then we were waiting for the bells. Okay, gotcha.
There you go.
All right, we still have enough funds in order to afford the Silver Arrows landmost fight. I forgive you guys for not using wooden arrows, because at this point, I think everyone is very interested in finishing the seed as fast as possible.
Oh, Zelga does have that key. Okay, so Zelga is going to be able to just dash up. He must have grabbed the key earlier, or whatever the case might be. I don't know.
Did he also steal it? I have no idea.
I don't know. But Zelga's just going to be able to just finish off with 0 keys as well. Telethar finished off with Desert. Looting to 5. We have to run our way back over to Ganon. Finish that off. Wait, is that
No, Zelda.
There might be a faster way. There might be a faster way.
To Ganon? Where's Ganon?
Yeah.
Oh, this is the pyramid. Is there a faster way?
I'm trying to figure out if it's faster just to mirror here, go into the Dark World portal, go into the Elder, and then get right to the pyramid. No, you can't do that. Never mind. Never mind. That doesn't work.
Okay. I mean, I'm just gonna trust whatever Zelga and Telethar do. They seem to really know what they're doing, despite.
I was thinking something more mischievous, but there we go. Telethar's on Ganon, Zelga turning and going to do the same thing.
I can't believe how close this was. After everything that had happened in this seed, where it just really looked like, even, basically at the 11th hour, it looked like it was going to be Zelga's race, that he was to lose. And
how crazy the seed has turned. And just as a reminder, the winner, they are still alive for now. The loser, they're essentially eliminated from being able to progress into week 3 of this Retrance Invitational. Stage 4 for Telethar, just as Zelga's making his way down the drop down. Here's Silver 1.
I don't think Telethar meant to fire that early.
But he's got very nice triple right there. And Telethar is going to pull this one off because he chose the right direction and a gamble of 4 different locations. Get your GGs in chat as Telethar advances to 1-1. Wow, what a race this has been, Clear Mouse.
Big, gigantic sigh of relief. GGs to Telethar. Zelga probably seeing the dot done. I mean, it's super, super close. Like, my heart goes out to both of these guys for actually going through a 2.5-hour seed like this.
Yes. Hopefully we can get these runners in here to talk about this for a few moments. But once again, a big thank you to Big Duncan for getting this race on the air.
Do we have to talk about the seed, Rick? Can we talk about something else?
Heck of a match. A heck of a match indeed. Get your GGs in chat. Zelga is going to go and cross the finish line.
Gigantic GGs to both Zelga and Telethar. I can't believe what happened in the last 2.5 hours.
I can't believe what happened the last 10 minutes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
2:30:35 for Telethar, 2:31:28 for Zelga, and we have Telethar, the race winner, in here. GGs.
Yo, Telethar, GGs.
Yeah, GGs, I guess. So what happened?
You chose right versus Zelga's choosing wrong. Zelga chose to do King's Tomb and Bonk Rocks first, while you went right straight for Link Rocks. That was the difference.
Man, coming in to hear that, that's actually really funny.
Sorry. I'm sorry about everything that happened in this seed. It did not look like you guys were having the best of times in the early to mid game, both of you. I'm sure you were like miles behind the other person, but it turns out you actually really weren't. Things seemed to cool down a bit after you kind of got your bearings together.
Didn't have a good time in the early game, the middle game, the late game.
But you know, they were different kinds of not good, right?
And I can understand why, because you were really late to that mirror, and then thus that late to that flute. What were your exact thoughts when you found that mirror in Hera?
My thoughts were that I've been lost like 30 minutes ago, and that this didn't matter.
And it did, though.
Like, being late to the mirror, I was like, whatever, it's just another... Like, I already screwed up so much already, and then I second last located my mirror. I'm like, well, I don't know how it could have gone worse for Zelga. Apparently.
Zelga 1.0'd.
So,
no.
I'm like going... I'm pretty sure I have another controller somewhere that I'm going to have to like dig out of the closet or something. This controller... Like, first off, the 1.0 death, that's my own fault. That was me just screwing up. The one on Laser Bridge, I am like 90% sure. I keep getting these like ghost up and down inputs, especially up. And I think what happened was it bumped me into the rail a little bit too quick. It also could just be a skill issue, and I screwed up. But like there were other times, like you may have noticed at one point, like on the Turtle Rock conveyors, I started going up when I clearly needed to go down, and it's because of the controller. So I'm a little irritated at that. But that's my own fault of me not taking care of my equipment. But yeah, man, this is just one of the worst experiences of rando I've had in a long time. And then the only check I had left when I got to Left Side Swamp was Meyer cutscene.
You both skipped my cutscene.
Okay. And
Yeah, I mean, well, I was playing like a maniac at that point, more or less. Like, I knew I was.
Well, you must have felt like you had to. You must have felt like you had to try to play catch up after getting the mirror when you did.
Well, yeah. I mean, well, it wasn't just the mirror, right? It was my entire early game was a complete execution disaster.
Right. We saw some of the unfortunates for both of you. You both had spinning around in circles with the red screen a couple of times that were not characteristic of how both of you are on the execution, because we know that you both are rock stars when it comes to execution.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's not a lot to say on this one. Like, anybody that watched knows this was terrible. And, like, I had so many one-offs I ended up cleaning up in the end game before going back to Left Side Swamp. Like, Catfish, Ice Big Chest, things like that. Like, all of that feels so bad to have done. And then just guessing wrong on the entrances at the end, also kind of a little frustrating. But at the same time, this means I'm eliminated, so that means I don't have to worry about playing more races down the future past the one with Matt. So that's cool.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and really, that ending part of the game comes down to luck, because if Pyramid Fairy or Link or Waterfall Fairy, if that has the big key, instead of here's the Swamp Big that you don't want to see.
It had the big key, just the other big key.
Yeah, but I entirely lucked. I just chose an entrance, and it had Castle Tower, and then I was gonna climb it, I guess.
I mean,
Yeah.
It makes sense because of the fact that it had 7 items there, with the 2 items inside, and it was the well on the other side.
Yeah.
But I don't know if there's anything else we really can say except for the fact that you both were able to get through the seed and not necessarily lose all of your marbles at 2 hours and 31 minutes in is astonishing. And both of you are fantastic runners. I'm looking forward to seeing you both, hopefully not as my opponent, in the Cross Keys tournament.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be a lot of fun. And obviously, big GGs to Telethar. Like, anytime you're playing these disaster seeds, especially in a 1v1, like, obviously, I'm sitting there staring at the race room for the last 45 minutes, but also, I'm also knowing that somebody else is going through this with me, so it makes it a lot easier. So, big GGs to Telethar. Best of luck with Matt. Pretty sure the winner of that moves on with Schultzer, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe there's some tiebreak scenarios, I don't know.
If Matt beats you and I beat Matt, then there's a tiebreak for top 2. But I think
okay.
because if you beat Matt and if you beat Matt, then me and Matt then me and Matt's race is the winner goes through.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, because in that case, all 3 of you would be 2-1.
Well, I think you're technically playing Matt first, so it'll basically be decided whether you're in the chance or not, I guess, before that.
Yeah.
Regardless, best of luck. This is a tough group. I honestly kind of figured I wasn't making it out when I saw the draw, but I'm obviously gonna. Like, I'm pretty happy with both of these seeds. Were kind of disasters, and being under a minute away in both of them, I'm kind of cool with, and I'll try my best with Matt.
GG's, dude. Yeah, I mean, this seed sucked, and when I saw this group, I said, well, there's 2 people making it out of 4, so we all have a 50% chance. Like, this is just this group is just rough. Like,
yeah, it was a heck of a draw. like, you look at all 4 of you in this group, and all 4 of you are extremely skilled, extremely knowledgeable runners. I would have a hard time handicapping this group at all.
Yeah.
But I think this is where we just take the seed, we eliminate it off our hard drive, and we look forward to races number 3 for both of you in this upcoming group. GG's to both of you, and good luck.
Yeah, thanks. Obviously, big GG's to Telethar. Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Clearmouse. Thank you, Dunka, for putting the event on and the restream. And yeah, best of luck.
Mouse, I had fun.
I'm glad at least one of us had fun. Does that include? I mean, I had a ton of fun. The seed was really something.
Mouse,
Yes,
Mouse,
Rick. Yes, Rick.
what are you talking about? 100 people got to have fun.
You're right. You're
The
right.
viewers, us two, Big Dunka. Never mind those other 2 people who are actually
okay.
playing
Are
the
you?
These sacrifices.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. These sacrificial lambs.
Sacrificial. Yeah.
But-
no, but thank you guys so much. Thank you so much, Rick.
Yep,
Big
thank you
GGs
for
to.
asking me.
Oh no, I mean, I wouldn't have missed this, regardless of what the outcome of the result was. I personally didn't know how to feel about this group because I knew I was going to be sad eventually at the end because somebody, at least one person that I did not want to get eliminated was going to be eliminated. Just because of the nature of this group. But what also makes you guys really amazing people is also your graciousness in defeat. And your graciousness in winning. You really just can't. It's really hard to. I mean, it's obviously very. You want to root for your guys, right? Because you are just good people and obviously very talented at the game. So thank you guys so much for racing. And best of luck, Telethar. Moving on or at least potentially for moving on. For versus Matt and versus Matt. Yeah, that's right.
Thanks for the kind words. I appreciate it.
All right, let's get on out of here. Big thank you to Big Dunka for putting this on the air. I hope you all had fun. And Big Dunka has mentioned that the next restream will be on Thursday evening, featuring the big match there between Telethar and Matt. So be sure to follow here on Link to the Past, whatever, ALTTPR ladder, and we'll see you next time here. Mouse, it's been fun. Now
Always
it's
a
time to
pleasure,
rest.
Rick. Yes. Hopefully you guys can get some ice cream or something, take a nice break and breather. And yeah, best of luck, of course, for Telethar in the remaining groups. And of course, Matt, if, for the rest of the matches. Thank you again, Thunka, for putting all this stuff on. Yeah, we'll see you guys all Thursday night.
Have a good night, all.